Hey, this episode of The Media Hole is brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/mediahole to get a free 30-day free trial, including one free audiobook. There's over 180,000 audiobooks to choose from, and, it's you can cancel any time. And it's listenable on your iPhone, your Android, all sorts of devices. Give them a good old checkout. Call it at audibletrial.com/mediahole. Thanks so much, Audible. All right, we in here.
We in this bitch.
All right, welcome to the podcast, everybody. In case you don't know, we're a weekly podcast. We talk about movies, we talk about comic books, we talk about games and anime and all sorts of shit. With me, by the way, I'm Nathan. With me, as always, is my boy Ian.
Hello.
It's another remote boy. This is remote episode 3, 4?
Can only do remote boys. I think it's 4.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Episode 26 of all time, by the way.
Yeah. 6 months.
Damn. The time...
With
time flies.
13 weeks ago was our most popular episode ever. Who knows why?
Yeah, the fucking... Episode, 14 is our most popular episode, and I have no idea why. But when that bitch gets over 100 views...
Maybe people really liked Kevin Costner's Waterworld.
That movie, the most famous flop of all time, I think.
Is it?
I don't know. Is it more famous?
No, there was a movie called Incel.
Incel?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there was Billionaire Boys Club. That also, I think, might be the most famous failure of all time.
I think Incel movie actually came out to nothing.
Billionaire Boys Club made almost no money.
It was cuck.
Oh, cuck.
Yeah.
Was it what was the goal? Was it a weird alt-right movie, or was it a weird anti-alt-right movie?
Cuck is a 2019 American thriller film by Rob Lambert from a screenplay by Lambert and Joe Varkle.
I don't know who those people are.
It has premiere at the Cleveland International Film Festival. Ronnie, a loner who lives with his possessive mother, is unfit for military service due to his history of mental instability and petty crime.
Oh, so it's Joker.
Retreating into the world of extremist internet groups, he creates a vlog channel from which he derives that he describes as the downfall of real America. He prompted by sexual frustration, he agrees to play the role of a cuckold in a couple's homemade amateur pornography, unaware that they are exploiting him. He buys a registered handgun.
There we go.
He meets his online,
That's when the minute ticks over.
Idol, a charismatic leader of the alt-right.
It's pro-incel. I was like, this could be either way. This could go either way.
Oh. Also, so I guess the twist of the movie is that he makes this channel where he's like, fuck yeah, I'm a boss. You can't fuck with me. I'm an alpha male. And then people online find out that he plays this cuck
in this video, in this porn video,
and his macho persona is destroyed. Ronnie takes solace in his gun, which he regards as the only symbol of masculinity he has left.
I can't tell. That it's tossed and turned a bit. I still can't tell what the POV of the movie is. You know what I mean? What's the?
Yeah.
Is it a good concept? I don't know. It sounds like a terrible film either way because it's still kind of glorifying this person the same way Joker does. But
yeah.
I don't even know what purpose is it. But whatever. That sounds great. But Billionaire Boys Club, I think. That had an actual release.
Someone at the fucking Guardian said that cuck is better than Joker.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
I don't think so. I think this movie got I think it came out... When did Joker come out?
September of last year only.
Late September?
Yeah.
Because this movie came out on October 4th.
So, I mean, within a month, they couldn't have actually ripped each other off.
No, I'm not saying they tried to rip each other off. I'm saying that this movie definitely made zero money because Joker was out.
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like, and it's like, oh, you want to go see this movie? You want to go see The Joker? Nah, is there anything else in the theaters? Oh, we could go see a movie called Cuck, and it's like,
Yeah, that's
no.
a terrible title.
I'll go see Joker. Fuck that.
So here's Billionaire Boys Club. So this is why I was like, this made no money. So it's Ansel Elgort, Taron Egerton, Kevin Spacey, and Emma Roberts. Like, these are all people that you've heard of, right? Are in this movie. But obviously Kevin Spacey, the allegations came out in late 2017. This movie came out mid 2018. And so it grossed a total at the box office in North America of $1,349.
Well, since this was
on a $15 million budget.
All right, so apparently Cuck was listed as a movie that's made $0 in the domestic box office.
Yeah.
But that's only because
it didn't go to the theater.
No one reported.
Oh, no one reported?
No, it went to theaters. No one reported the numbers.
Oh.
So it just means, so they're just saying, it pretty much means no one bought tickets.
Yeah.
But that doesn't made no money.
Yeah, I guess.
So whatever. I'm sure it didn't do well. It probably wasn't as big of a loss as that movie, but
what could the budget have been? Like a couple $100,000?
Yeah. I don't know who Rob Lambert is. He doesn't even have an IMDb, so
it's probably just an indie movie.
Yeah. And there's no one famous in it. So it was full indie.
Yeah, so that's how it is. It's sad days.
What the fuck? That's a weird 6-7 like fucking separation thing. So I clicked on the distribution company for Cuck, Gravitas Pictures, Ventures, and it immediately put me to Red Arrow Studios, which I guess is like their parent company. They're just divisions and subsidiaries, but it just says games. It owns the rights to distribute Alaplaya, which I don't know what the fuck that is, and PlanetSide 2.
PlanetSide 2?
PlanetSide 2 is like popping off in my Discord right now. People keep playing it, despite the fact that game sucks.
Yeah.
That's like, you ever played Battlefield? Yeah, I know you have. You ever played Battlefield 3, where like nothing happens the entire time you're playing, and then you just get shot from nowhere?
Yes.
That's PlanetSide, except it's like you have Halo health, so it's like you're slowly getting chipped away from wherever the fuck.
Weird.
So I don't like that game.
Yeah.
All right, Nathan, what's in the news? What was canceled this week?
Ian was canceled this week.
Oh, no, what did I do?
Too much.
Did someone listen to the podcast and took me seriously?
Yeah, no. Just kidding. No, you'd have to be known to be canceled.
I'm the most famous person here. I run a Discord of 50 people.
You are the most famous person out of the two of us, maybe. But I did get over 400 views on a fucking TikTok at one point, so it's arguable.
Please tell me it wasn't the one of you, like, in your fucking bedroom.
Oh, the one where I'm
like
mostly
you in, like, your
naked?
Yeah.
That one has a couple. I think that one has 100 plus. And then I think there's one where I say something extremely graphic, and it had like a kid comment on it, and I was like, oh, I feel bad.
Like a kid, like it was a child.
Yeah, it was like extremely misspelled. It was either it was more of a child, and it was about how I used bad words. So it was like,
don't say swears.
It was like do you want to learn how to not come so fast? Be like me and masturbate so much that you can't come at all during sex.
Be like me, where your dick is just a fucking open tube. It just falls out.
Yep.
Try some sounding, kids. Get into a really weird fetish that no one wants to do with you, so you can never properly ejaculate.
And speaking of never properly ejaculating, did you hear about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
I heard about how this movie keeps losing its director.
Well, it only lost its director once, as far as I'm aware, unless something just came out.
That's enough.
Yeah. So, it has a new director. It was initially supposed to be directed by Scott Derrickson, who did the first Doctor Strange. This one was supposed to be more horror themed, and it still maybe is, but there was a creative differences, quote unquote, between him and Kevin Feige, and so.
Where Kevin Feige is like, I represent Disney, and so do you. We can't make a horror movie because Disney can't do that.
Do you remember when Disney made a David Lynch movie that one time?
No,
The Straight Story.
I don't know.
I haven't seen it, but it was from the 90s. I don't know how Lynchy it was, though. It might have been like his most straightforward.
Might have been David Lynch just going like, I need the money.
I
need the money for my next weird venture.
I need the money because I need to make Mulholland Drive. That's that one with the lesbians and the monster in the back of the diner.
Nice.
That movie's great. So the new director is Sam Raimi, who's also a horror guy. Sam Raimi, most famous for the Evil Dead franchise, and also he did already once venture into making superhero movies with Darkman.
Yeah, nothing else.
He's never made another superhero movie.
He didn't do anything else. I honestly don't think I've ever seen all of Spider-Man 2.
Really?
Yeah, I remember Spider-Man 1.
I saw all three in theaters.
I watched Spider-Man 1, but I saw Spider-Man 1 in theaters. But I was like fucking 6.
I've seen every Spider-Man movie in a theater.
I've seen I've seen all the current ones, not the Raimi ones.
But I was a big Spider stan as a kid. But yeah, Sam Raimi's doing this. It'll be cool. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, maybe they do go the horror element. I don't think you can't obviously make a pure horror movie because in a pure horror movie the cast has to die because.
Yeah.
That's how else are you gonna be.
So I'm
scary?
guessing it'll be like a goofy Evil Dead-esque horror movie.
Yeah, it'll probably be some like fucking monster that he has to deal with that can project vision. It'll be like fucking Mysterio, but a lot less childish. A little more like showing you your death or other fears. Like maybe it will cover you in spiders.
Do you think we will? Because this one, there's been a lot of rumors. Do you think we'll see a little bit of the Marvel Zombies universe?
I don't know what that is.
It's the universe where a zombie plague happens and all the superheroes became zombies. They still have superpowers. And they can talk and make jokes. Much like Evil Dead.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Zombie
They're like
Spider-Man
Brad in
is
RE3.
terrifying because he still makes jokes, but he will murder you and eat your brain in full gory detail. And also, like, imagine trying to get away from a zombie, but it's Spider-Man. And he can do Spider-Man things.
Yeah. He can also just stop you, like, pretty quickly.
He got web. He got run fast. He got very strong. All the power of the Spiders, man.
Yeah.
Actually,
I feel like Spider-Man, if he just, like, learned how to, like, throw punches with, like, his full strength, but not enough to murder people, Spider-Man would be pretty unstoppable. Yeah. But instead, he's always pulling his punches and doing, like, sick combos. Yeah. And it's like, bro, you can stop a bus. You can punch a man out in one hit.
But I gotta do the sick combo. Like, if I punch him out in one hit, he will die.
I have all this acrobatic skill that I learned so I can fly around with my webs.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I don't want to liquidate somebody. Just...
Liquidate some people.
I don't think Spider-Man fights anybody that needs to die.
No, Spider-Man fights a bunch of dudes who were just, like, torn down by Kingpin and then also Kingpin.
Like, Shocker's just, like, an extremely sad
Kingpin
man.
Either Kingpin has ruined their life, or Norman Osborn has ruined their life. Spider-Man has never done anything wrong
or
to
Spider-Man's ruined their life, actually.
Who has Spider-Man ruined?
All of them. So Spider-Man villains hate Spider-Man more than any other superheroes. Villains hate them.
Well, okay, did they become a villain because of Spider-Man,
they never
or were they like a minor villain?
Because they hate Spider-Man. But they continue to be a villain because Spider-Man just relentlessly bullies you when you fight him in such a personal manner that you just fucking want to murder him.
You're just beating the shit out of him. He's like, haha, yo, dick's small.
Yeah, Yeah, but Shocker's my favorite Spider-Man villain because he's just like this dumb motherfucker who just wants to do crimes and get money. And like he has no usable skills. He just knows how to work like a couple things, but he's like, I don't have anything for the world.
Yeah.
He's just like, I want to do some small-time crime. And Spider-Man just wants to keep fucking me up and calling me an idiot.
I want to just rob a couple banks, but Spider-Man keeps showing up and fucking my day up.
Excuse me. Yeah, man. Imagine you're just like, I want to rob a convenience store, and then some guy wants to fucking swing up and is like, look at this dumb motherfucker, piece of shit. Your mask looks like garbage, asshole. And you're like,
You fucking dumb bitch.
I didn't ask for this,
You
Spider-Man.
ugly. Do you wear that mask not to hide your identity, but because you got like a big ass forehead?
Spider-Man.
When you go to the library, do you make sure that your forehead gains?
No, there is no cop
3
that's been
inches?
this mean to me. They just shoot you. Come on.
Shut up, punk bitch. Boy, you looking like you could dig out the earth with that nose.
Well, or like when he sees Kingpin and he just calls him fat every time. Like, wow,
What's
Spider-Man.
up, fatty?
Why are you such an asshole?
What's up, you big beefy bitch? What are you, gay? It's like, whoa, Spider-Man.
Ugh.
That's not an insult,
Did you
bro.
ever see that Spider-Man panel where he gets taken to court by a bunch of people and Jonah Jameson is like has him on the stand and he's like giving him shit, and Spider-Man's like in the witness stand, and it's like he's in the full costume still, and he says you know what, I think J. Jonah Jameson, this is from like 2001 by the way. He's like, I think J. Jonah Jameson only hates me because I'm black. And J. Jonah Jameson's like, I didn't know. He's wearing a costume. And then Spider-Man's like, I'm kidding. And I'm like, that's classic. It's a good bit.
That is a good one.
Do you wanna have a follow-up on the Cooking Mama shit?
Sure.
So, Office Create finally put out an official statement. And I'm going to read this out real quick. Oh, by the way, if you didn't listen to last week, there's some shit with the new Cooking Mama game that's some bullshit. This may explain it for you, or it may leave you more confused. Sorry. So, Office Create, the owner of the Cooking Mama license, it released a statement on April 15th saying, we would like to thank our fans and customers for their support over the years for the Cooking Mama franchise. As many of you know, Planet Entertainment LLC, headquarters Connecticut, USA, recently released Cooking Mama Cookstar for sale in the US, Europe, and Australia. This was an unauthorized release in breach of Planet's contract with Office Create. In August of 2018, Office Create licensed Planet to develop the Cooking Mama Cookstar game for Nintendo Switch. Unfortunately, the quality of the game builds failed to meet the standards that our customers expect and deserve. Office Create rejected a wide range of deficiencies affecting the overall feel, quality, and content of the game. Yet despite being contractually obligated to correct the identified deficiencies and resubmit the corrected game for Office Create's approval, Planet proceeded to release Cooking Mama Cookstar without addressing all of the rejections and without Office Create's approval. We have also learned that Planet and/or its European distributor has been promoting an upcoming European release of a PS4 version of Cooking Mama Cookstar. Office Create has not licensed Planet or any other entity to create any Cooking Mama game for PS4. Office Create itself has not been involved in the development of any PS4 Cooking Mama game. On March 30th of 2020, Office Create notified Planet of its immediate termination of the license due to Planet's intentional material breach of the license contract. Despite such notice, Planet continues to advertise and sell the unauthorized version of Cooking Mama Cookstar on its website in willful violation of Office Create's rights. To date, Planet has not confirmed the status of the unauthorized PS4 version. Office Create is evaluating all legal action against Planet to protect our customers' intellectual property rights and the Cooking Mama series. In the meantime, we thank our customers and loyal blah 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 blah. There you go. So that's what Office Create said. And now here's Planet's response.
Oh my god.
What?
Their response is, damn, bitch, fuck you. You gave us money, we gave you a game. Sorry you don't like it. God.
So Planet...
Let us mine Bitcoin.
So Planet says... Planet Entertainment wants to explain the mystery surrounding the Nintendo Switch game to all Cookie Mama Cookstar fans. You know, all the fans of this game. This one game. Not Cookie Mama fans. Cookie Mama Cookstar fans.
Yeah, the game that no one got to play.
Fucking maybe 100 people have. Office Create, the right holder to Cookie Mama, approved a detailed game design in 2019. First Playable, the game developer, and Planet followed the exact approved design. That design is the exact game on Nintendo Switch, which also includes many additional Office Create suggestions which add gameplay value. Unfortunately, creative differences arose as Cookie Mama Cookstar was near completion that were outside the scope of our agreement and the game design approved by Office Create. By contract, Planet is fully within its rights to publish Cookie Mama Cookstar. There is no active litigation or ruling that prevents Planet from publishing the game. Cookie Mama fans have been enthusiastic about Cookie Mama Cookstar, including the many new features, including vegetarian and unicorn food, potluck party, plus more, which is a weird sentence. Like, I just want to point out, they don't say the word mode after any of these things, so it's weird to say out loud.
That it just
it's just like
game.
Vegetarian and unicorn food, potluck party, plus more. Like, that's just weird to say.
Yeah.
We appreciate the overwhelming positive response and support from Cookie Mama Cookstar fans. Office Create has our total respect. We thank them for their wisdom and wish them well. So, Ian, how do you feel about this?
I'd like a little more shit talking.
I love how Office Create comes out and says, Planet Entertainment is a piece of shit. They
didn't work with us. They sent their boys over to help and said, nah, man, this game sucks.
Yeah.
And we were like, we already put a lot of money in this. Let's try and get it back. And then when we put the game out, y'all got
Yeah,
mad.
I mean, Office Create seems to be something of sort of the good guys here, in a sense. Because they're like, this is shit. This is Garbo. You made a poopy game. Give it back.
Yeah.
And then Planet's like, nah, fuck it. We're publishing it, and we're making a PS4 version that you didn't agree to. Supposedly.
Yeah. They should just fuck off.
Yeah. Also, they clearly didn't know how to make a game that doesn't turn your Nintendo Switch into a Nintendo fire pit that burns your hands.
With some, like, weird logic that just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, like, the Bitcoin mining thing didn't happen. It was bullshit, as we learned last week, but
it's just that they had something similar to a blockchain inside of it for a different purpose. That's why the game had to be always online.
No, it was supposed to be blockchain DRM, but
yeah,
there wasn't. That's bullshit.
Fucking...
That's just like BS term, but it still kind of needs to always have an internet connection still. It's like it's just always online DRM instead of blockchain DRM.
Whatever. They were dumb.
It's stupid.
Their game is stupid.
I love, like, Office Create coming out being like, Planet Entertainment is a piece of shit. It pissed on my fucking wife. And it said its game was this big.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
Then I was like, that's
well, guess what? This is my dick. It's the size of this, but way bigger.
Boom! Look at it. It's like 2 balls in a bong.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I hit the mic with my knee. I'm sorry to all audiophiles out there. But yeah, man. Shit's real.
Shit's cash money. Am I right, fellas?
If you had to make a video game and it was a ripoff and also you went to jail for it, what game would it be?
I don't know. I'd remake Resident Evil 1. But the zombies... One second. The zombies are now dinosaurs.
Oh.
I'd call it something like...
Dino Crisis?
No, Dino Scare Time.
Man, they need to do a Dino Crisis
hate.
fucking remake.
No,
Why?
they don't. They really
Why?
don't. No one played that game.
That game's great. Did you play it?
No, I
dope.
didn't, because I don't care. Remake Resident Evil 1, but then make a Dino
Remake
Crisis,
Dino Crisis
like, mode.
in RE2 style.
Remake RE1 in RE2 style, but then to sell it to people who think that the 2002 remake is the best one, make a mode where it swaps every zombie with a dinosaur, but don't change...
Still in a mansion.
Don't change the sizing.
Still in a mansion.
Like, they're still in a mansion, so, like, there's parts where you're just, like, in a corridor with a fucking T-Rex in it, and he's clipping through the walls.
Make RE1, but it has Mr. X and Nemesis following you the entire time.
Give me the dodge roll at least.
No.
Fuck that, I'm not playing it.
No dodge roll. And it's like RE4 where you can't move while aiming.
That's fine. But I bet you can't wait for RE4 remake where you can move while you aim.
I don't see... You were right. You were right. You were like, they're gonna do it.
I'm not right. I'm close to right. Because the guy who came out and said it was also the guy who said Nemesis can break into safe rooms.
Oh, was it?
And it was the guy who said that the game was going to be huge with a fast travel system.
That was Game Informer, I think.
Out of the 4 things he said, only one of the things was correct. I can't remember what the 4th one was.
But the RE4 one was confirmed from multiple
I think
sources.
he said it was streamlined. Yeah, but until it comes from M2 or Capcom,
Yeah.
it's not really real. But
Most
I'm happy
Capcom
for it.
leaks wind up being real.
Remember, if the game is bad, the original still exists. I've been seeing, man, the fucking Resident Evil shitposting group is annoying me because there's all those dudes going like, why is both Claire and Jill wearing outfits that make sense? This is stupid. Here's my joke of what Ada, Ashley, and I don't know. There isn't another woman in that game. I think they just made the villain. What's his name? Salvador?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. They were like, they just put them in like a tank top matching their color and jeans. And it's like, bro, Ada would, in RE2
was wearing a dress.
Was still wearing the red dress.
She wore the
think
flasher coat over it.
And then the coat went away after they went to the sewers.
Yep.
If you motherfuckers think she's really not going to have the hottest dress of all time in RE4 make, you're an idiot.
Yeah, she wears a red dress in that game too. They might as well just reuse the model.
Might as well. Well, it's like longer and has like the slit up the leg, and it's just muy caliente.
They'll change it a bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if the villagers are still going to speak Spanish.
No, they'll probably go with like a weirder separate language. Like they'll do like a dead language, or they'll combine a bunch of other ones because it's still a
just
fake
do
country,
actual
right?
Latin. Yeah, it's still a fake Europe country.
Latin, but spoken like you're speaking English. 8-2 brute.
Sic parvis magna.
Yeah. Fuck. What's the other one? Carpe dem.
Diem.
No, dem. I'm
Carpe
speaking
dem,
like
bitches.
an idiot. Carpe dem, motherfuckers. And also, I wasn't right. I was just parroting what a bigger Resident Evil fan was saying. Who was saying, like, because they put in a bunch of the knife moves, like, it's not just the simple slash, it was a stab, and then you could also do, like, a back dodge with it and shit. And then the fact that when you down Nemesis in, like, his fights, like, the little fucking would pop out of his chest, and that was very similar to a thing.
Yeah, the chainsaw
RE4,
guys in RE4.
the Lost Plagueis. I think it'd be cool if they remade, like, the chainsaw guys are like the iconic scary boys, right?
Yeah.
What if the chainsaw guys worked like Nemesis or Mr. X?
That doesn't
Actually,
fit
they
that
kind of
game.
already worked like RE3 make Nemesis.
Like, in that game, because you beat them and they're dead. Like, it's not like Nemi or Mr. X where they get downed.
But what if they made it one guy and he was just chasing
That's dumb. Make it the little kid.
The little kid chases
in the pirate
you?
outfit.
Isn't that the villain?
That's the bad guy.
Okay. I hope the game is just if it's universally loved. I think I hope it's untouched.
Yeah.
I hope it's just a graphics upgrade and a controller upgrade.
That's
with
well,
but they're also clearly changing the lore. So maybe change it up. Maybe Leon's not there to save the president's daughter. Fucking remove Ashley.
Don't remove Ashley. Ashley's great. Anybody who complains about how Ashley works is dumb. They're not playing the game.
He's there to save Sherry, who is now just a rebellious teen going out everywhere by herself.
Why would he need to be told by the president to go save Sherry? Sherry's his friend. Wouldn't he just go there himself?
His surrogate daughter.
Yeah.
Is what fans of the game would like you to think.
Are you guys gonna
instead,
adopt
they don't see
me?
each other for like 20 years. You guys gonna adopt me like you just killed my mom and dad? Obviously my dad was fucked, but you know.
I mean, you did put the last bullet in my dad. And that is how parenting works.
The last 5,000 bullets, because you do that section with a minigun.
Well, no, I was not the last one.
Isn't the last?
It's when he's in the train.
Yeah.
You don't do that with
a minigun.
You do that with your Beyond guns, I thought. But I could be wrong.
I think you do it with the minigun, because you don't get the minigun other than that section. You get a rocket launcher when you fight Nemesis.
Well, you get the rocket launcher when you fight Super
Claire.
Tyrant. You get the minigun when you fight Nemesis or when you fight Mr. X as Claire.
God, I don't even fucking know anymore which one's Birkin and which one's Tyrant.
Birkin's the gooey boy.
I know, but
Tyrant is Mr. X.
It's Birkin when he has like 4 arms and a net kind of just throws you down there to stop him. And then after that, when you're on the train platform, when the train is being lowered,
when you're Claire,
Sherry's sitting inside.
When you're Claire and the train's being lowered,
it's Claire A's final boss.
Yeah, so Claire A's final boss, you have the minigun, you're shooting him on the train. Leon's final boss is Mr. X, but he has no shirt, and he's Sephiroth.
But then you're on the train.
But you're on a different platform, and then you're on the train, and then it's still Birkin, but you're Leon.
That's Birkin. And that's with a minigun.
Yeah. No, you don't have a minigun. Claire gets the minigun. Leon, you still have the rocket launcher from the Super Tyrant fight. You had the minigun because you had an infinite minigun for both characters.
Shut up.
Because you cheated. You cheated not only yourself, but everybody else or whatever.
That is Birkin on the train. He has the rocket launcher on him. This guy doing a hardcore run.
Yeah.
Is there a flamethrower in that, by the way?
Which one?
Okay, yeah, you're right. It's just your whatever weapons you have in RE2. Is there a flamethrower?
Why do I feel like yes? My brain is telling me
because
yes.
There's the plant people, and I remember hearing that you can stop them with the flamethrower, but I never got it. So
there
I
is
just
a flamethrower.
Fucking annihilating.
I think it's only in Claire's.
I did Claire's though.
Or you get a maybe the flamethrower is the one that's in Leon's, but you have to do the chess puzzle right to get the gun that's in that room.
I did that to get the chess puzzle, and I got like that. The electric.
The electric one I thought was in Claire's, in the chess puzzle.
It is in Claire's. I didn't finish Leon's.
Oh, okay. So I think Leon's it's the flamethrower in there.
Okay.
Yeah, because the
makes
flamethrower makes the plant guys really easy. Because
because they get burned
as Claire,
up.
you basically have to waste fire grenades, which is dumb.
Or shoot them in their specific spots.
No, because they get back up unless you burn them.
But then to put them down the first time, you shoot like their little polyps.
Yeah. You can do that to infinitely put them down, but they'll get back up the next time you come into the room.
Yeah. which is dumb.
It's not. It allows them to have a character that's tougher to beat than regular zombies.
Boo.
Because you're kitted out. You're so kitted out by the end of that game that like a regular zombie's not going to be a threat.
Yeah, they're just a thing in the way.
Speaking of a threat to good taste, maybe, the first clip of the upcoming David Bowie biopic Stardust was released. Did you hear of this?
Didn't see it. No, I didn't even know it was happening.
So here's why you may not know that it's happening. Because there's some weirdness to this. So, by the way, it does star Johnny Flynn as Bowie, and it's directed by Gabriel Range. And those names don't mean anything to me either. Don't worry, Ian. So what I found out when I was hearing about this Stardust movie, I was like, why did I not hear about this before? Why is this the first clip? And why is it not being directed by or starring anybody I know? Right? Like, Freddie Mercury got to be the guy from Mr. Robot, my boy, Rami Malek, and it was directed by Bryan Singer.
Also the villain in Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
he's not the villain in Until Dawn.
Wait, that's the name
Yeah,
of
it
it
isn't. He's in Until Dawn, but he's not the villain.
Kind of.
Not really.
Let's not spoil that game.
I mean, we can spoil it. It's 5 years old.
I don't care.
All right. Anyway, so, they got nobody and nobody directed. So I'm like, that's weird. You don't hand these things to nobody. You hand these things to somebody who really is clamoring for an easy Oscar.
Yeah.
And so it turns out that film director Duncan Jones, who you may have heard of, he's the director of Moon. He's the director of Source Code. He's the director of Warcraft. He's a pretty good director.
I've only seen Source Code.
Moon's his best work. But he's also, Duncan Jones also happens to be David Bowie's actual son.
Oh.
And he tweeted about this movie when it first was announced as a news article. And he said, this movie did not get the family's permission, and the family owns the rights to the music, so that it also does not have the music in it.
So to get the rights, they put his son
No.
The movie?
Duncan Jones isn't in the movie. He tweeted about the movie.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I tried to make that clear. So, Duncan Jones tweets about this movie, and he's saying, hey, this movie did not get the rights or our permission to be made, and it didn't get the rights to do any of the music. So, it's going to be a David Bowie movie with no David Bowie songs in it.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. So, maybe
good...
don't support the movie.
Yeah. Maybe enjoy, off-brand Bowie throughout the entire thing.
I'm a crocodile. I'm a man and woman coming at you.
Whatever.
Get it?
Yes.
Thank you. I didn't sing good on purpose. It was part of the joke.
Sure.
Fuck you, Ian.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
You're the one singing.
It was part of the bit, Ian. We gotta get some energy into this.
Yeah, sure.
We're never gonna beat My Favorite Murder unless we get some energy.
No one's gonna beat My Favorite Murder.
You're right, because they're much better than us in every single way.
It's a show about people who like murderers.
No, they don't like murderers. They're anti-murderer. They're pro goofing and pro good shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that podcast.
They're pro murderers fucking up. Like O.J. Simpson.
But yeah, man. Also, moving on to the next news. A gameplay trailer came out for Near Reincarnation, which is the mobile game.
Wow. A game I'll never play.
Well, it's on iOS and Android. And you remember how before I was...
No, why would I play it? I don't have those. I have an Apple phone. I don't know what this iOS shit is.
So do you remember how before I was like, it's going to be a gacha game and it's going to have so much lore significance and I'm going to be forced to play it. This sucks. But I'll still play it. It'll be good. It turns out, so this gameplay trailer comes out and I'm so happy I was wrong. It's like a game where you walk around and like do things. And they didn't show off any combat, but like it's a 3D environment. You're walking around. You know, it's third person. It looks good. It looks like a PSP game. Like I'm like, yo, this is sick. I'll play it. I'm happy. Again, they didn't show any combat, and I don't know if there will be any, but it'll probably still...
Because the combat's going to be just dropping a unit out and watching it do all the work, because there's no gameplay in mobile games.
It doesn't look like a mobile game. It looks like a PSP game. Like, actually check it out.
No.
So look up the trailer right now. You watch it.
No, I can't.
Alright. It looks cool. And it also looks like you might be playing as a younger version of Nier character Kaide from the first Nier.
Titty?
Not titty. Well, yes, titty. Like a girl, yes. But...
Titty.
She's great. She's probably my favorite main character of any of the Nier games. Like, the main groups. Because she's great. She's the character that screams and yells a lot and swears at people. She's great. When you put the original Nier in, it just plays like at the start a rant where it's like, "Wise you fucking idiot! I don't know how somebody so smart can be such a fucking dumbass." It's great.
Because they're stupid.
Yeah.
Because you're big dumb because you're playing
Hey,
Nier.
fuck you, Ian. Nier's great. You're late on the bandwagon.
No,
you're still not even done the fucking Nier Automata, you normie bitch.
Alright. Yeah, I'm a normie because I'm not playing a very popular video game. How awful of me.
Is it popular? I guess Automata's popular.
It is pretty popular.
The first one's not, and I have the first one as well. But yeah, that game looks cool. I'll play it. And let me just check how we're doing on time. Because
Fine.
40 minutes. Because I got one more thing. We can engage with this thing or not. It is about COVID, and it is about something vaguely political, but it's kind of funny and interesting.
Okay, let's go. How political is it?
There's an article on Truth Out by...
Oh, good. So, the truth is
by it's essentially it's a privately owned news website with no advertising. It's all like community and donation supported. Written by Igor Derish. I'm sorry if I fucked your name up.
Sounds like a trusty man.
This is actually a good article. It's titled "Fox News Defends Its COVID Lies, Saying That the First Amendment Protects False Speech." So, what happened here was the Washington League for Increased Transparency and Ethics, otherwise known as WashLight, filed a lawsuit in King County, Washington State, earlier this month, seeking a court order barring Fox News from, quote, interfering with reasonable and necessary measures to contain coronavirus by publishing further false and deceptive content.
Yeah, social distancing is communism.
So the network has argued that the First Amendment protects false and outrageous speech. So yeah, the lawyer said, like, this is the full quote of it. First Amendment does not permit censoring this type of speech based on the theory that it is false or outrageous, nor does the law of the state of Washington. If you want to know exactly what they're in trouble for, they're accused of violating the state's Counselor and Protection Act by falsely and deceptively disseminating quote-unquote news via cable news contracts that the coronavirus was a hoax and that it was otherwise not a danger to public health and safety.
Yeah, that's what you got people outside of Baskin & Robbins with signs saying, "Give me liberty" or "Give me death."
Yeah. They are very much fucking with people and calling these things a hoax and a conspiracy. Now, here is the sad part where I have to tell you, because most Fox News shows are opinion shows, you can't say that it's a crime for them to say something that's not true.
It should be.
I know. And they tiptoe around hope.
Can we get government enforced fact checking that doesn't become evil
right?
and communist?
That's the problem. Is like,
I mean, not communist, dictator,
fascist. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even I'm saying everywhere. Like, I know it sucks that Facebook needs to shut down memes like where it's like someone makes a. There was one where it was like Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, and then Facebook like blocked it and fucking like put a filter over it saying like, this isn't true, this is a lie.
Yeah, but the problem is like there is some credibility to that.
Yeah, the problem is that the thing, that's why it's a problem.
Yeah.
But like with shit where it's like, hey, COVID-19's a myth. Go sneeze on your friend. I bet they won't get sick. It should cover that shit and be like, bro.
Like, Facebook has been doing a good job with this, finally. Like, a lot of sites have.
Because Facebook was a fucking problem, and they allowed lies to spread for the 2016 election.
And now they're under
like,
increased scrutiny. So they've been doing a good job hammering down coronavirus hoaxes and, like, fucking conspiracy bullshit. But Fox News is like a really big company. Like when Fox sold all of its movie shit, it was like, we're only keeping we're keeping business and we're keeping the news because it's the most profitable and costs the least to make. So like during the Disney selling, Disney doesn't own
and
news.
it's we vaguely pay some people, and then we ask people to come on and just yell opinions for exposure. Fox News is definitely the motherfuckers who pay an exposure.
Oh yeah. Well, and then unless you're like Sean Hannity or Tucker Carlson or fucking those people.
Yeah, but they have shows on there. That's different. I'm saying like the people they have to come on and be like, hey, come talk about this topic that you're supposedly an expert in, and then they come on and they're like, I don't believe that the Earth is flat. I believe it is a parallelogram.
Yeah,
we are made of a bunch of squares.
Yeah, I feel like Fox News is like slowly becoming, not slowly, I guess, but it's one of those people, and it's staffed by those people who are like, debate me, fucking come over here and debate me about it if you disagree.
Yeah, hey, I think that you guys are saying some racist things. Tell me every single bit of racism I've ever done.
It's actually like, not racist, because I'd say the same thing if they were white.
I saw...
You're bringing race into this.
Where it was some white dude going... I don't know if this was Fox News or wherever the fuck. It might have just been some fake fucking YouTube channel where a guy was just kind of going like... white people are not allowed to say the N-word, but black people in rap music and in real life are constantly using the N-word, and then a black dude just goes, fucking say it then. Do it. Right now. Say the word. And the guy's just like,
Because the answer is...
Say it. Say the N-word. Say the N-word to prove you love America.
Yeah, that's... I feel like... scream that at Sean Hannity until he gets himself fired.
Until he says the N-word.
Yeah. On live TV, and they can't bleep it, because he will get himself fired. Because he didn't get fired when he said other dumb bullshit, but...
Didn't Sean Hannity also, like, sexually assault women?
Oh, of course he did. He works for Fox News.
Yeah. That's the prerequisite. That's like one of the interview questions. Have you ever sexually assaulted a woman? Yes. Oh,
thank God.
Good job. Let me write that down.
You're hired.
You're coming in. We're about to talk about why these feminazis are trying to control the male population with false sexual allegations.
Don't worry. We have 2 interns for you.
We have 2 interns. They're both equally hot, but one of them is white and the other one's black. Which do you abuse first? The black one, to get her out the door faster, because they'll stick up for themselves.
The answer may
God damn! You're a genius.
Hold on. Fox News at 11. Is the Earth round? New science.
Fox News at 11. Is the Earth round? We asked 5 crazy people who wore flat Earth shirts, and they all think not.
We emailed 45 scientists asking them if the Earth was round, and the one that got back to us said it wasn't.
The other ones we put in our spam folder because they are clearly lying to us.
The other ones have us blocked in the email list and would not return our calls.
Yeah. We asked 5 people if they think God is real, and they all said yes. Their answers may shock you. We were in a church. They all said yes because we asked them while they were in a church.
Excuse me, sir. Do you believe in a God? Well, yeah.
We asked 5... Fuck. I'm trying to think of one for anime.
We watched 15... Or sorry, we asked 15 anime fans if they had a penis. The answer may shock you.
We asked 15 hot women if they have ever actually watched anime, and they said no, but my boyfriend likes Dragon Ball Z. I'm sorry.
Everyone's boyfriend likes Dragon Ball Z.
I think our close friend Alana, I think she watches more anime than her boyfriend now. Yeah. She also reads manga, so she's cool.
She does, yeah, and she is.
Yeah. Actually, did I ever... Yeah, I did get my copy. I lent her 3 volumes of a manga, and it took me like 2 months to get them back.
It's fair.
Yeah. Well, it's because I also didn't see her for 2 months, but could have texted her and been like, "Can I come grab these from your house?"
I never do that. I never do that to people. I just let them.
I never want to do that because then what if they're like, "Oh, you want to hang out?" And I'm like, no.
I do, but
I'm
too lonely to say yes.
I do, but social distancing and coronavirus ended 3 years ago. You know.
I can't wait until I can see you and our other friends in real life again.
I can't.
Fuck you. Stop saying that. Allow us to have an actual tender moment, Ian.
No, I miss Blake and no one else. Sorry, I miss Blake's dog and no one else.
Just a side note here, I'm adding this in post. The truth that Ian did not agree that he wanted to see me is because Ian has a veil of being tough, but that's because he cries on a dime the second he shows any emotion. Now back to the rest of the episode.
Fuck you. You didn't do that in post, you did that right now, and you're right. I cry very easily at most things.
Me too, buddy.
I cry when something touches me deeply in my heart, which is normally referential. Or like when a bunch of characters from something show up.
When I was doing acting and I had to cry, you're supposed to think of something that happens in your life, but...
I just think about the One Piece opening.
But all right. I'm so conflicted about so many things that happen in my life that they don't make me cry. They make me like a different emotion. So what I did was I would think of that episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender where Iroh goes to his son's grave. And that's easy. I know how to feel about that. Very sad.
That's the saddest motherfucking moment in TV ever.
It's like one of them. But yeah, that's all the news I have. Do you have any more news, or do you want to stroll right into the weeks?
Paul Haddad died.
Is that the original?
That's the original Leon.
Sad day. Pour one out. Pour one out for a fucking legend.
He was not old. No,
he wasn't.
He was 40, 59.
He was a year older than us. In 1998, he got the role of Leon at the age of 4. He's just really good. Yeah.
No, he was like 50 something.
That's still not old.
Too young. He was the very first Leon. Don't know what else he did. Ripping pepperoni.
Yeah. Good guy. Sad day.
Yeah.
So what'd you do this week, Ian?
Oh, well, so on Monday, I had to drive my brother to the hospital.
Oh, shit.
Because his son hit him in the nuts too hard. That's not even a joke, but the real truth of it that I found out 2 days later. Well, okay, first, I drove him to the hospital, went through all that, got to work the next day, felt like shit, saw that there was no work coming for like fucking 5 hours, so pretty much I wasn't going to start working till 2, and then I leave at 2:45.
Damn.
So I just walked up to a supervisor and was like, I'm burning a sick day, I'm going home. And he was like, okay, so I left. And then as soon as I get home, I talked to my mom, and they tested my brother for the coronavirus.
And he had it?
No, he is fine, but it took me 2 days to find that out. So with workplace procedure, I had to call my fucking lead supervisor and say, my brother's been tested for corona. And he's like, well, now you can't come into work until either you get tested or his test comes back negative.
That's not bad.
So I only worked 2 days
Sounds
this week.
good to me.
I worked Monday and Friday. I had a weekend in the middle of my week.
Sounds good to me, man.
Yeah, but those, man, when I was talking to them, like, I get it that they have to be really thorough, but they sounded accusatory, like I was lying.
That sucks.
Like I was like, my brother has the coronavirus, and they're like, really? You have a brother? I'm like, yeah, I have a sister too who works here. Yeah, so
that's so funny that they're like, oh really? You're not just trying to get out of work?
Yeah.
Because there's a pandemic?
Like, no, I'm not. I'm following your fucking rules. And then I stayed home, and I stayed in my room that day. My mom was off work as well. She called off because something else happened later that made her cry. And then I had to go get my sister from the basement to come up and talk to her because I can't. Because I had to social distance in quarantine. So, like, I was in my room the whole day. I had my sister bring me food.
Damn.
I left to take a shit. I left to, like, piss and shit, and only I kept my hands in my pockets and just, like, kicked doors open.
Oh, you're gonna cry?
And I flushed the toilet with my foot as well.
Gonna piss and shit? Gonna come?
Yeah. Didn't do that day. Until I found out that it's cool.
Then you did.
Well, we found out that his test was negative the next day at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And I told... And my HR lady called me, and I told her that it's negative. Like, yeah, I don't have it, because the one person I interacted with who could have it doesn't have it. And she was like, okay, I have to go talk to a proper health professional, see if your story adds up. And I'm like, all right.
Adds up.
And that took 24 hours to just talk to one person and retell what I told her.
All right.
So I had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I played video games.
That's cool.
I played video games and watched all of Castlevania.
Oh, shit!
That show sucks. No, I'm joking. That show has that show's first season might as well just be like a short or like a movie.
It was essentially like a test.
I was like, I'm gonna watch one episode and see if I like it, and then maybe it'll be a show I come back to every once in a while. And the first episode ends on such a cliffhanger. It's like,
the first season might as well be a movie.
Gotta watch the next one. So I watched the whole season, and then I sat there and I'm like, it was good. Let's watch the next one. The second season is fucking great.
It's so good.
It's really good. Everything with Alucard, the
perfect.
casual flirting between Silpha and fucking Treffy.
Yeah.
And, like, that was great, and Trevor and Alucard like talking shit to each other all the time. Great. Whole season.
Go fuck yourself. Eat shit and
die.
die.
Good final climax where Alucard doesn't have that moment of, ooh, maybe my father's coming around. Maybe he won't be evil and murder the people. He just walks up and stakes his dad while he was like having a moment of peace. And it's like, well, because he had to.
My boy. I'm killing my boy. Or our boy.
My boy.
That's a great moment.
To my boy. Yeah, that was great. Season 3 had good moments. But
it feels like filler.
You might just like this. It feels like a Game of Thrones season. Where nothing happens, it's a whole lot of talking and investigation, and then all of a sudden the last episode is just big old fight and a lot of fucking.
It's good. It's not a bad season, but it feels like filler. And I
didn't say it's bad. It's not bad.
bad.
It's not a bad season. It just feels like a season of Game of Thrones.
That's
I really enjoyed the ending
compliment, I think.
where Yeah, well, because Game of Thrones had at least three good seasons. Because I watched the first 3 seasons, and the 4th, I was like, I'm done.
I watched until the second to last episode of the 3rd season.
Yeah, I think we watched the Red Wedding. No, didn't we watch Joffrey's death together?
That was with somebody else. Because I didn't watch past the Red Wedding. I watched the Red Wedding and I was like...
And maybe I watched it by myself and was just like, this is boring. I don't care. This kid's dead.
The Red Wedding was me. I'm like, wow, I don't care that most of these people are dead. Maybe I don't like this show.
Well, for me, it was like the Red Wedding happened and I was like, man, I knew they were all going to die.
Oh, yeah, I knew about it ahead of time. I was just like, I don't feel anything about this.
But, like, I don't care. Like, I liked all these characters. I don't care about anyone else.
Yeah, so, I was kind of that, too.
Where for you didn't care about anyone else. You didn't care about anyone in the fucking wedding.
I didn't care about most of the people in the wedding. I was like, oh, I like...
Show dead.
What's his name? Rob. Oh, Rob's alright. Rob's mom's cool. Yeah. She was in Misfits for a couple episodes. She's Nathan's mom.
She's your mom, bro? Dude. You were happy that she died?
Dude.
What the fuck?
No, she's fine. I didn't care either way. But I was like, I like Arya, but I don't really care. I was like, I kind of don't care about this show if this is the most important thing that people were tweeting about for fucking days on end, and I just don't give a shit about.
Stunning. I can't believe they did this. Fucking wild. And I was like, oh. Alright.
It's called Watch More Prestige Television Than Just Game of Thrones, guys. There are shows that do this all the time.
There is better TV shows. I don't know. I like the end when they find out that judge was a fucking psychopath.
That was great. I knew that. I knew that was coming.
And then Trevor's like, well, I kind of, as soon as he told the
as soon as he's like, I like my town clean, I'm like, you're a piece of shit. I know it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I always got the piece of shit vibes. I didn't get the child murdering
until
vibes.
He interacted with the child. I was like, oh, that kid's dead.
Well, yeah, it did feel like kind of like, that's... something bad's going to happen to that kid.
Nice
and then it gets
kid.
confirmed when he tells the villain.
Yeah.
He tells the shitty prior. Yeah. And he's like, bro, you want to know how to escape? You won. Yeah. You're the real fucking champion here.
You did this. Go there.
Go over there, find my apple tree, stand in front of it for a minute, and then the gateway will open, and then he falls to his death and gets impaled.
He's like, he says that to him, and you're like, okay, well, we don't know what's happening. And then it's like, he says to Trevor, he's like, don't worry, I killed him. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. He's like, go burn my house down. And like...
And it's like, oh, I have all my little boy shoes.
Yeah, well, the little girl shoes that was there as well.
It's little...
So yeah, he's...
Should we call this episode Little Boy Shoes?
No.
I was just like, that sounds like a good episode name.
So anyways, good show.
Great.
Entertaining.
Nice. Do you feel the same way as me, where I'm like, they killed Dracula, they should have wrapped up the story a little bit more and jumped forward to do either the game that is Hector's story, or do the game that's Simon's story and jump forward a couple hundred years to the next Belmont?
No, because I like Trevor and Sypha.
I like Trevor and Sypha, but I'm saying like...
Yeah, Sypha.
I'm saying like season 3 being so much just filler. Like nothing that matters to most character development other than Alucard, right? Like most of it's
they're setting up Alucard to become more of a villain. They're setting up
I think they're setting up
other vampires and what they're doing, and the other Forge Master.
So, by the way, I'm gonna tell you what I thought the ending was going to be when I was talking to Chris, and I was like, this would be a great ending.
Of season 3 or
season 3
of the
ending.
Whole show?
I was like, here's my vibe, right? To like sort of to drive like the shittiness of Alucard's life home is after or whatever. You could do this in season 4 too, right? But like after him being like, no more friends, fuck everybody. After like the end of season 3, you just have this like a big burly man show up and to the castle and look for Alucard, and
what he's
and it's Simon and it's like it's like it's me, I'm he recognizes that he looks kind of like Trevor. He's like, Trevor, you look different or whatever. And it's like, no, I'm Simon. It's like, Simon what? Simon Belmont. And it's like, oh shit, are you their son? Has it been that long? And then he's like,
what's your father's
and he's
name?
Like,
and he's just
no,
like,
Trevor,
my dad's name
Trevor was my great grandfather. It's been 200 years.
Alucard's name is like Adrian or something?
It's Adrian Fahrenheit Tepish.
Yeah, so fucking let's just go with fucking Trevor had a kid, named him Adrian.
Yeah.
There was Adrian on Sypha's recommendation because Trevor does not like that dude. And so,
but tell me it would be like a real kick in the fucking balls if it's like, no, he's not my dad, he's my great grandfather. It's been 200 years, and Alucard gets that moment of been 200
Alucard
years.
Alucard has he knows that time is passing. Like he
says
tired,
like, oh, it's been 2 months.
Passed, he was like, oh.
But my idea was that it was like, no, he thought it was 2 months. It's been 200 years.
Yeah, but he's also, I don't think he's older than them, actually. He just looks older. He was in that
coffin at the start.
Yeah, but he'd only been in the coffin for like a year.
Yeah, I guess he has to be the son of the wife, or of Dracula's wife.
Yeah, he's half human.
When did Dracula say he'd be back? Is it at the beginning of the series? Is it just a year after the wife dies, or...? He
says 1 year after the wife dies. He says, if you don't all leave, I'm going to come back and murder you.
So, yeah.
And
so then Alucard can only be
like, them.
Maybe 20.
But also, when you go look at Alucard's age from the anime show, it just says he aged very quickly.
Oh.
He's physically in his mid-20s.
He's physically in his mid-20s.
Yeah,
so maybe he's 16?
Where the fuck did I read that he aged up really quickly? In the games, he's also like that old.
Well, yeah, in the games.
He's physically 18 in Symphony of the Night. And
yeah, physically 18. But Symphony of the Night takes place, like, obvious... That's Richter Belmont. Like, that's, like, 600 years after Dracula's Curse.
Okay, so... He would have been 25 when his mom was killed.
Okay.
Because it was in 1476 when he awoke to find Trevor and Sypha.
Yeah, and I know, obviously, like, the latest Castlevania, not the most recent, but, like, the one that takes place the most recent in the timeline takes place in, like, 2035. Or something like that.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't play Castlevania.
Yeah, Aria of the Soul, or whatever it is. The good one. Yeah. Aria. Or Aria of Sorrow, Aria of the Soul. That's the song from Persona 5. Aria of Sorrow takes place in like 2035, and you're Soma Cruz, and it's like there was the Great Vampire War of 1999 where Dracula was finally defeated, and his castle went into the eclipse, and then it shows up in 2035 in Japan. And Soma Cruz, who is a Spanish-Japanese man, college student, goes in. And you... and, like, Alucard is in that game. Let me look up. But he goes by a fake name, but it's so obvious. Alucard Aria of Sorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his name, he's a Japanese man. He's pretending to be a Japanese doctor, right? He's Dr. Genya or Gendo. I don't remember. Hold on. Let me double check. He's hold on. Yeah, Genya. Dr. Genya Adikado.
Yeah.
Genya Adikado.
He doesn't really look super like him.
Who, Genya?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because he's old.
Oh, he was an associate of Yoko Belnades.
Yeah.
That is not an Asian woman's name.
Well, it's like a Spanish and Asian.
Yeah, anyways.
But yeah, Alucard's probably the coolest character in Castlevania.
Yeah. I actually had to. I knew those fucking two were gonna die. I had to find out for myself though. As soon as they started fucking, being like, please, they're not siblings.
Those two characters.
Yeah.
I think they might be.
No, they aren't. They just says they're partners.
Okay. They seemed like siblings.
They seemed like siblings, and they kind of looked a bit too similar. Like, not similar. And,
so do
like,
you?
It's just too.
Do you see
close.
why all the losers were mad about Alucard? It's like Alucard isn't gay.
Alucard
got bottomed, but he's still a bisexual icon because it's man and a woman.
I would say Pan.
I mean, sure.
I don't think Alucard has a preference.
Well, yeah, I guess Pan or bi.
It doesn't matter. We're gonna split hairs over something we both
agree on.
Yeah.
I bet that wasn't his first time in a threesome.
Probably not. I'm sure he was like a nasty sex man when both of his parents were
alive.
alive.
Tell me you wouldn't fuck Alucard. Try to tell me that right now.
You know what was a good line in like season 2
what?
though? It's like when you first see Godbrand and Hector's like, I haven't seen anything that you haven't tried to fuck, murder, or turn into a boat, or all three. And he's just like, I'm a fucking Viking! Of course I like making boats!
Yeah, Godbrand's great. That's Peter Stormare.
But then I also enjoyed that he is perceived to be like the dumb one. But he comes up to talk to Hector about Carmilla's plan, and he says, in terms of like what a vampire's doing, he spits like some straight facts. He's like, bro, we're vampires. We need to eat. We need to drink human blood and shit. And you kill all of them, where the fuck are we gonna get our food? We can't just relentlessly murder a bunch of people. And Hector's like, well, he said that we're just gonna call them. It's gonna be a small thing. It's like, well, Dracula lied to you, bro.
Well, what's great about
and now you're going to go through an adventure of being just abused by every vampire around.
So the writer.
And when Isaac killed him, that was pretty sick.
The writer of the show, Warren Ellis, he's a very famous comic book writer as well. He said the reason why he did that is because the guy who voices Hector has such a heroic voice. He's like a very like traditional hero. And Warren Ellis is a guy who doesn't like traditional like heroes. He likes more like outcasts and those types of characters. And so he's like, here's this guy who's got like somewhat maybe the best moral code of any character in the show, and he just needs to keep getting beaten down because fuck that guy.
Yeah, he has a problem because he's one of those characters where he was created because he had this crazy fucked up ability that he could just naturally do. Because, well, not naturally. He was taught by his parents, but he went to the darker side of alchemy and shit, and his parents were, like, beating him down, and then even his mother was like, it's a straight-up mistake that I ever fucking had you disgusting piece of shit. And then he kills them. He murders them when he's, like, a teen. Because, of course he would. He's fucked up.
Yeah, but he, like, loves animals, and he's like, oh, I love this shit.
He loves animals, and even though humans did wrong to him, he still knows there's good people out there, and he's like, I don't want to kill all of them.
Yeah, but then Isaac's like, fuck everybody.
Oh, Isaac is like a product of slavery.
Yeah. Well, that's
where
canon.
when he opened up his heart to his master, who they clearly had a good relationship.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm in love with this man."
Yeah, he's like, "I love you." It was gay, right? That was gay love, right? Yeah, because I was kind of curious. I'm like, is this gay or is this like? I really love you. Like, you're my bro. You're my dad. Boogie woogie oogie.
No.
So
at least I didn't read it that way.
I kind of got it as gay, but it could also be familial if you wanted to be like, I don't like the gays.
Too late now.
At the end of season 3, you don't get to not like the gays. So, and then he started beating him again, and Isaac's like, fine, there's no love in this world, fuck you, I hope you all die, and he gouges his eyes out.
Isaac's like, and this is this character where he just happens to be where every single person he meets is somehow a bigger piece of shit than the last.
Yeah.
And so he's like, fuck it, get rid of everybody.
And the only people who are nice to him kind of like recognize his abilities, and they're like, you can fucking murder me.
Yeah, what I liked about
let's just chill. Here's a free mirror.
Yeah, season 3 is the most interesting for Isaac because he finally meets people who aren't the worst person.
Yeah, I thought his conversation with the ship captain was really fun. I thought him talking to that
the man who gave him the mirror that's the man at the teleportation in Symphony of the Night.
Well, it's the vision mirror, not the teleportation.
No, but it's the mirror that lets you teleport in Symphony of the Night.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, but in this one, it's just small and it's a mirror.
Well, yeah, you can see other places
because you need a bigger version.
Well, yeah, it'd have to be big enough for him to step through it to be able to teleport.
Which is the one that he got at that mage's town. That was a brutal fucking.
Oh, you mean the Legion
part as well?
Yeah,
the Legion, because he's the only one who's everyone else is just kind of throwing themselves around.
Yeah.
But they're throwing themselves at him, and he's dodging and slitting people's throats and shit. And then they almost take him. The guy tries to use his magic on him, and Isaac's will, I guess, is too strong that he just cuts it off with his dagger and kills the guy. But then the giant orb of people breaks apart. It's well, they're all fucking dead now.
Yeah, well, what's cool is, that's not what Legion actually is in the games, but it's such a cool way to reference that character, that enemy, the boss.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing to do. Also, the fucking... Time Traveler guy's cool.
Oh, and then he gets a teleportation mirror at the end.
Time Traveler guy's cool.
Yeah. Time Traveler guy? Oh, yeah, him. He's I'll be back. He went to hell.
Yeah, he went on, the psychedelic portal.
It's nice that Vlad and Lisa are just chilling, hugging down
That's
in hell.
so cute.
Nice. Also, they were trying to open a portal for him to come back through. Even though he was killed, could he just walk back through?
He could have. That's why they were opening the portal. It's they could have pulled him out, but it was too late.
Could Lisa have, though?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Because if she could, I could see him leaving. But now because the whole thing in season 2 is that this is just a man on a suicide mission. He's not drinking, he's not eating, he just wants this done, and then he's going to pass. But now he's back with his wife, the only woman he's ever loved.
Yeah.
So why not he wouldn't leave. Unless she can come out too, he's not going to leave.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it wasn't a thought-through plan. It was just creating mayhem to try and get him, but they wouldn't do it.
I really want them to do more references to the best dialogue of any Castlevania thing.
Which is?
Obviously, it'd be when Richter says, "Die, monster, you don't belong in this world." And then Dracula's "It's not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute." And then Richter's "Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves." And then Dracula's "Perhaps the same could be said of all religions." Then Richter's
Ooh.
"Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you."
That is true. That is a man who is not listening.
And then Dracula's "What is a man? Nothing but a miserable little pile of secrets.
Oh my god.
But enough talk. Have at you."
That was said 40 fucking times last night, and I didn't know why. We were playing... Okay, after we played poker, and no one knows how to play poker, I took over as sole dealer so that I had to... so I could keep everyone in control. And then after that, we played Jackbox.
Yeah.
And one of them was the question worked perfectly, where it's blank... Something a Goblin Man would say or something, which is our friend Dan. And he's just someone put in "what is a man?" And I was I don't get that. What the fuck is that? But it kept coming up. People kept saying it, and I was what is that from? No one answered me.
So it's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's the...
Yeah. What is a man but a miserable little pile of secrets? I fucking killed it early on in the night and could never recover. With one of the questions was strange question you could find on an IQ test or the SATs or whatever. Some fucking super smart boy test. And I just wrote, "The fuck is up with trains? They're crazy, right?" And that
got everybody, baby.
Most liked answer in that round.
Nothing but a little miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you? Fucking great. Love that. Love Castlevania.
Yeah, good show.
Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna do a call out post here. A couple days ago
To me,
to you. Couple days ago,
because I didn't want to watch
I
The
asked
Mummy.
Ian to watch The Mummy with me, and he said no.
And I straight up said no.
And then I said, but no, I mean the 1999 one, not the Tom Cruise one. And he was like, no, I know what you meant. And that's fucked.
Why? Because I don't want to watch
That
a movie?
movie's so good. And so now I'm going to talk about it.
So? That doesn't mean I want to watch it.
It's the Lost Indiana Jones. It's so good. Have you seen The Mummy before, Ian?
I don't even think so.
Okay. So I know you're a fan of Uncharted. Did you know that The Mummy is basically Uncharted?
I figured.
Yeah.
It's that plus Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's great. It's so fun. Brendan Fraser's great. Rachel Weisz is great.
Yeah.
There's this.
Brendan Fraser's always been great. Y'all are just mean.
There's this great bit.
Which is straight up true.
Yeah. There's this great bit in that movie. Oh, by the way, one thing that did happen is there's a scene where Brendan Fraser is supposed to be hanged, and they hang him.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
actually was hanged.
And he's like, yeah, loosen the...
yeah,
really?
but also, any last request?
Loosen the knot,
Yeah, let me go. And then the guy looks and is like, of course not. And then, but yeah, he actually was hanged and he passed out. They fucked up that stunt. He did the stunt for real, and yeah, he fucked up. Well, not him. Everybody else fucked up, and he almost died for real.
Oh, jeez.
But no, that
would have been rough.
There's this great bit in the movie where the mummy is hunting down this character Benny, who is a massive coward, and Benny is like up against a wall, and then he pulls out from around his neck a cross necklace, and he starts saying the Lord's Prayer. And the mummy's still coming after him, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And he tosses it aside, and he pulls out from his necklace another one. It's a Muslim one, and he's like, starts saying another prayer in that, and I think Urdu, and then it's not working, and he throws it away. He takes out a Buddhist one, and he's like throws it away. Then he takes out a Star of David, and he starts saying a Hebrew prayer, and then the mummy's like, "Oh, the Jewish people, you're slaves. Oh, sick. Yeah, you're cool." And it works, and he's like, "Oh, thank."
Oh,
great
my God.
bit. It's a really good bit where he has all the religious necklaces and knows prayers in them, because that is what a coward would do.
I'm sure.
Great movie.
Pick a god and pray. I'll pick them all.
Oh yeah, pick a god and pray. That's fucked up that is a Fire Emblem line and not a line from like a novel.
Oh, there's like fucking raw things in video games.
Yeah, I mean,
always.
obviously, like, what is a man, nothing but a
there's
miserable
post
little
on
pile of
Tumblr.
secrets is up there.
Yeah. There's a post on Tumblr that's just like...
Quotes, quotes from things that sound like early 1900s novels, but somehow are, like, from modern shit.
Modern video games. Like, there's a really fucking good one from Halo 2 with Gravemind.
I was gonna say
I am a monument to all of your sins.
That's great. My favorite one of that was the drill tweet, which is...
This is not your grave, but you are welcome.
Oh, shit. No, there's a drill tweet, which is, like... if I can't...
I will walk backwards to hell.
No, that, but it's like, if it's wrong to throw peanuts at monkeys in the zoo, then I will face God and walk backwards into hell.
Drill's fucking so good.
There's like 50 drill ones that are like that. Where it's like ridiculously intense.
I'm just like, I torched the Denny's and I would have gotten away with it if it weren't the only guy in town with a custom jersey that says my wife on it. Writing a scathing letter to the media for letting me become dumb as shit.
Every drill tweet is a small masterpiece.
The worst part of nationalism is having to pretend the flag is really good. Like, yeah, the country looked exactly like that. They nailed it.
I love Drill. Yeah. Drill is maybe one of the best Twitters.
Drill is like one of those Twitters where it's like, how is this man, like, no one knows who it is.
They do, actually.
Who is it? It's Drill.
Yeah, but like he's most famous for being Drill, but he actually wrote a lot of Homestuck stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Including the Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff comics. He worked on those.
Jesus Christ, his fucking book. Also, when I looked at this name, The Get Rich and Become God Method by Drill. He didn't even put a fucking another name. It's just Drill.
And sometimes it says wint.co.
Yeah. Stand Amazon.com. Fuck off. Drill official Mr. 10 Years Anniversary.
Yeah, Mr. 10 Years was the other one.
Drill is the funniest man on Twitter. Don't at me.
The way I'm talked to on here, it's a wonder I haven't shit my own ass.
Whose cock do I have to suck to get some Dorsey certified blue check marks around here? Whose ugly wife do I have to fuck? Well, apparently, the way you can do it is if you're a big enough Twitter account, he has 1.5 million followers. All he has to do is find fake Drill accounts, reposting his tweets, report them, saying that these are all fakes, I am the original Drill, and then they will give you a check mark. That's how Alpharad did it.
Damn.
I think actually he straight up said he made the fake Twitter accounts as well. And he got verified in his pictures. His first tweet was verified with an anime profile picture. LMAO.
Yeah. I just found a Drill, a trilogy of tweets on the song.
A trilogy.
Yeah, a trilogy of tweets on the song Yankee Doodle. And I'm gonna read them to you.
Alright,
so waiting. The first one, and this is in brackets, okay? Man with 120 IQ in the 1700s. Further brackets, 80 in modern day IQ. End bracket. Listening to Yankee Doodle for the first time. End the original brackets. Oh, this is devilishly fucked.
This is devilishly fucked. Ow.
Here's the second one. If Yankee Doodle 1782 was in present day, he would have a SoundCloud, and furthermore, he would say shit like, listen to my SoundCloud.
Stellar.
And finally...
Amazing.
And finally, the instant I heard the song Yankee Doodle as a child, I threw my headphones off and said that the shit is overrated, and I was right. Beautiful. Every tweet a painting.
Love that
man. So speaking of, I've got a couple things to talk about on my week.
I have more, but we'll switch back and forth like we normally do.
I watched Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
Ooh,
it's a fucking great, hilarious movie that everybody should watch. It was also the first movie that James Earl Jones was in.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Was he good?
He's not in it, but he is good. He's good in everything.
Oh, he's a voice.
Like, he's just a character. He's a soldier.
Okay.
There's some really good lines. There's obviously, like, some of the famous ones. Like, Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. It's the war room. Classic. It's a hilarious movie that's so funny, it's scary because of how real it is.
Always.
Yeah, it's like about an overzealous army that was like, we want to do the big war. And everybody's like, no, you should not do the big war. But then somebody does, and they have to turn back. But then there's also, like, all the bullshit gets in the way. And man, it's so close to being real. It's
one of those movies. It's one of those movies where it's like, it's always going to be kind of like real to the times. Someone's always going to look at it because that's the point of the movie. It's like that fucking line in like the first season of Castlevania where where it's pretty much just Trevor saying what they thought they did was or like bad people come into power when the public doesn't care or some shit. Like, it's one of those things where it's always going to remain true, and people always will come together on these things when shit's bad and be like, oh my god, I can't believe they predicted this 30 years ago. And it's like, because, bro, 30 years ago, the same shit was happening, just not as bad as it is now.
Yeah, like, Doctor Strangelove is, like, it's very clearly about the 60s and the Cold War, and it was originally supposed to be a serious movie, and then they were like, this is actually kind of funny in a very dark way.
Yeah.
And so then they rewrote it as a comedy. A different title that was suggested for it was Doctor Doomsday, or How I Started World War III Without Really Trying.
Nice.
Which is also a great title. But yeah, it's really great. Everybody should watch it. It's good. It's funny. It's not even very long.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't have any new things to say about Doctor Strangelove other than it's good, which isn't new. I like how it investigates, like, sort of the military's obsession with certain things as being inherently sexual. I think that's funny.
My boner doesn't work.
Yeah. It's not super obvious.
Please go figure this out for the good of our soldiers.
It's not super obvious. There's a great line where what the scientist is like, we're trying to stop the bomb from going off, and like, I just got the code, and he's like fiddling with a payphone, and he's with a soldier, and then like, he's like, oh, I don't have any change, like, there's a Coke machine right there. Could you shoot the lock off and get all the coins out of it? And then the soldier's like, all right, but listen, if this doesn't turn out well, you're going to have to answer the Coca-Cola Corporation.
Eat shit. Fuck you.
It's great. It's a good bit.
All right, so I watched a movie this week.
What movie?
It's little known. It was a movie that was released last year.
Parasite?
Funimation localized it.
Was it the new My Hero Academia?
It's called One Piece Stampede.
Oh.
That movie is fun, but there is too many fucking characters. Like,
does it include all the warriors?
Imagine if the yes, and more.
And
they
more.
include it has the main cast of the fucking one of the crew.
Is John One Piece in it?
It has every. No, John One Piece is not in it. Actually, his right hand man, Bullet, whatever the fuck, is in it, and he is the villain.
John One Piece isn't in it, but he's the main character.
No, John One Piece. He's in it for a bit at the end.
But he's the lead. He's the main character. He's the stretchy boy.
No,
John
Nathan,
One
John
Piece.
One Piece is the man who left the One Piece at the island at the end of the Grand Line.
Fine.
So, it's too many characters in that movie. Yeah, that's all.
So what you're saying is it should have been a television series.
No, what it should have been is more focused.
The movie should have been an 8-episode miniseries.
They put the main three of the main cast. They like Luffy's there obviously because he has to be, but they put Zoro and Sanji fucking off somewhere else, and they have the other. Everyone else is like a supporting character that helps them, and it's like, bro, bring in the other two. They're more important than these fucks. They show up at the end of the movie. Like, they get their own fights, but they probably only have, like, fucking 4 to 5 minutes of screen time for this 2-hour-long movie. And the finale of the movie is Luffy using his transformation to become Bound Man, or Bounce Man, whatever the fuck, which is his ugliest fucking transformation that Oda has ever made. Look at Discord right now.
Oh, hold on. So you're gonna...
Look at the chat. Don't make my head so big.
Don't make your head so big.
Well, don't focus on me. Look at the chat.
Focus on you. Oh, you've been putting things here all the time.
Yeah, one was a meme. The other two was while you were talking about...
Yeah.
I was saying social distancing is communism.
Nice. Oh, he looks awful.
Yeah, it straight up
If
looks
I can
bad.
explain it for the audio only listeners, it's a picture, the head of say the main character of One Piece, whose name escapes me.
Luffy.
I think you're wrong.
Don't be mean to me. John One Piece. Eat shit.
There you go. I think that's his name. And he says gear forth, and he's become an extremely fat buff man. And
Yeah. He's very circular, but he still has a fucking eight-pack.
and his arms have become very buff and pitch black. And he still has tiny normal man legs. And his head is like, I don't know, like 1/42 of the size of his torso. It's a picture that gets more upsetting the longer you look at it.
It straight up looks bad. So bad that next time he has to use a fourth gear transformation, it was a completely different form.
That makes sense.
And which looks a little more it looks a little more reasonable and more proportioned.
That's good.
Yeah, and I think it looks a lot better. It's kind of like a fucking like Super Saiyan but with black hair. It's
Man, do you know what I miss talking about?
Also, one second. You see his little tiny black legs there?
Yeah. I see the tiny bit.
He absorbs them into his body and he can shoot them out rapidly and fly.
I don't like that.
It straight up is fucking disgusting to look at. Thank God the final actual fight where it's just him one-on-one with the villain.
Now, Ian,
he's just sitting there with
I have
his
a
power.
question.
Like,
would you like it better if it was shot and lit like it was supposed to be body horror and not unintentional body horror? Like it was on purpose. Like it was on purpose that it was like, this is a horrible thing to happen to your body. Like Uzumaki.
no, I wouldn't like that either.
Would that be some kind of improvement?
I would just really like it if he thought a little more about making a cool design over his fucking look is funny. Because Oda is a man who he draws what
I'd love to be Ichiro.
he draws for comedy and
I'd love
funny.
to be Ichiro Oda's editor, because that job is to not do that job.
You can't say shit.
Yeah.
Your job is to say, what you got this week, Oda Sensei? And he's just like, I decided to make Luffy fat and he does blackface on his arms and legs. And you're like,
Sounds
fuck
great,
yeah!
bud. Keep
We're
churning
still
them
gonna be the
out.
highest selling fucking manga of the year. Hold up, what?
You're still making me rich, buddy.
The fuck is Demon Slayer?
Yeah, but
Demon Slayer outsold One Piece last year. With one
like,
volume.
Oh, for 1 year.
But
well, get at me. It's been 30. It's been 30. I'm number one.
Well, it's like there was like 1 month where they had the higher selling.
I think there was a
volume of
month
stuff, and I
that
think it's when the
Hiroaka did
anime
it
started.
too, but it wasn't permanent.
Hiroaka didn't do it as significantly. The one with Demon Slayer, it was like a good 300,000 more.
But like, still, I'm saying like.
But I'm not an expert on the jump statistics. They're very hard to
They
read
are.
because they're not in English.
But yeah, tell me that wouldn't be a good job just to be his editor. You're like making all sorts of bank. You're not
it'd be
doing
great.
anything.
You don't have to do anything. Your one job is to be his editor.
Give him a call. Be like, hey,
And-
how's it going, buddy? Still cracking
One
out some
Piece is
cash?
I found out some bullshit
Yeah?
though. Do you know how many chapters of One Piece there are?
11,000.
979.
Okay.
Do you know how many episodes of the anime there are?
Like 900?
982.
Hold on, there's more?
Yes. And there's not a lot of filler in One Piece.
Well, that's the opposite of what I've
like, there's
heard.
not filler arcs.
Oh,
there's
there's
not filler arcs, it's
because
like how-
they've made every episode 10 times longer than it needs to be.
At some point in recent history, there has been an episode of One Piece that doesn't cover one whole chapter of the manga. Because I think One Piece tried to do a filler arc before,
I think they did one.
Which
I
was
heard they did one.
the Foxy Pirates, which also showed up in One Piece Stampede, but they've always been a joke. I don't know if they ever showed up in the manga.
Does Oda like those characters?
Okay, they did. No, they showed up in chapter 304. They're a joke. The long ring Long Island arc. Fuck. It's 19 chapters, and how many episodes? 15 episodes.
That's a little
So
more
also
reasonable.
egregious and awful. That's a shit arc, by the way. Like, that is literally garbage. there's not a lot of there's minor filler. There's like, oh, let's do a 3-episode arc that runs into the next movie coming up, which is what they did for Stampede and for Film Zed and shit. They always do that.
Zed the one you like, or is Gold the one you like?
Gold, I think, is bad. Like, I think that movie's fucking boring, and it has the exact same premise as like 3 arcs of One Piece. So does Strong World, but Strong World at least has like.
I feel like villain. One Piece is probably a cooler video game than it is a show. That's why One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 is a good game. But I'd like One Piece, but it's Zelda the Wind Waker. But with sick combo.
Nah, I think the game has to be linear.
Zelda Wind Waker is pretty linear.
I'm saying you can't go back. You only move forward. I think the Pirate Warriors games do it pretty well. Like, it takes a lot of the exploration out and makes it purely about fighting, but you still get to know the story.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, making it a bit more RPG-like, or even like Mass Effect, right? Like, I think that'd be sick.
There is some games like that.
World Seeker was that one that was a ripoff of Metal Gear Solid 5. World Seeker, did you not see the trailer? That was the one that looked like it was a ripoff of MGS5.
No.
Yeah, I was like, that looks cool, and then it got like meh to reviews, maybe? I don't remember.
The one, I played a game called Unlimited World Red, and that game sucks.
No, it's called World Seeker.
Played it on the Wii
but
U.
I think it was like an entirely new story in the One Piece universe.
Yeah, a lot of the games do that, which is stupid because One Piece is long.
Man,
what they do need, you know what they could do? Fucking get CyberConnect on this shit. Make the Ninja Storm games, but Pirate Storm or something. Because then you can make 1 to 4. You can cover a lot. Or they could do like 6 games with the content that One Piece has.
Or again, they could do it. Or wait, no, the ninja ones, the Naruto ones you're talking about are the ones where they tell a story over multiple games, right? Not the one where they tell it the same time.
Ultimate Ninja Storm 1 to 4 tells the story.
The
from
Ubisoft,
one goes
the
to
Ubisoft ones do the same thing. Did you play?
Yeah, but those only told the story of the first Naruto.
Yeah.
Ultimate Ninja Storm was just shit.
Yeah, it was. Well, the Ultimate Ninja Storm kept going, but the Ubisoft ones were like a lot more in depth because you could.
Yeah, where there was like open.
Yeah,
world
it was
stuff.
like that.
Clash of the Ninja.
That's it.
Wait, let me see. Published by... Nope, that was published by D3.
I think one of them was called The Broken Bond.
That's it. That's the one.
But they all had different subtitles. There was 3.
The Broken Bond. Let's see.
And then Ubisoft.
Yep, this is the Ubisoft one. Oh, it's in other games. It was only a one-off.
Really? I thought they did 3 Ubisoft
But it
ones.
tells... No, it tells the whole story of Naruto.
Damn.
Though.
At the time, at least. Or I guess up to the end of Naruto.
Naruto Part 1. Yeah. Well, because the cover is Sasuke using his fucking asshole powers.
Nice. If you had to Shippuden any television series / Legend of Korra, what would it be?
Okay, wait. Shippuden is Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. Legend of Korra is a completely different cast in the same world.
Either or.
I would. I think. I don't know, because a lot of shows that have ended, and it ended because they were fine. I would like a Shippuden of My Hero Academia at some point.
I want to skip past high school.
Well, either where they're skip their second year, I don't give a shit. Go to their final year, or have them be adults.
I'd like to see a. I think they should have separately. I think they probably should have Legend of Korra Naruto harder than they did.
I think a single episode for a Legend of Korra Demon. Oh yes, yeah, Boruto.
Boruto should have been more. It should have been like a different random person, unrelated to any of the old main characters, in the same world. Years later.
Well, it would be Naruto and Sasuke are the reincarnations of Ninja Jesus' kids, and that's they made. I think they broke the cycle, but let's say they did.
Okay.
There would be 2 kids born like 100 years later after they both died, because Naruto's going to live to be like 100.
Yeah.
because that his family is known to live for a long ass time, and he has the nine tails and shit inside of him. So he would live for a fucking ancient amount of time.
Yeah.
So do that. He dies, and then they have a new, like the next two kids are born, and maybe it's so far in the future, and even in Boruto, there's already skyscrapers and cell phones and laptops.
I'd watch a Legend of Korra in the Firefly universe. By the way, I didn't actually say what mine would be.
You always would watch anything in the Firefly
That's fair,
universe.
but what I'm saying is I don't want to see Firefly babies. I want to see Legend of Korra, where it's like a new team, just like the same world, but it's been 20, 30, 40 years.
I think,
and you can bump into the old
They did kind
people.
of do this a bit. They did this kind of, and it sucked. There is a Dragon Ball GT movie where the main character is Goku, but it's not Goku. We call him Goku Jr., but he is Pan, Goku's granddaughter. He is Pan's grandson. Dope.
That's cool. That's a great idea.
What they did is it was a great idea. It just wasn't fleshed out. The traits of Goku didn't carry over. He was kind of a big bitch. But it's just one of those things where it's like the family becomes disconnected. Yeah. Where at the end of the movie is this Goku Jr. is a big fucking pussy, and you go through this whole arc of him learning I need to be strong. I have the power to be cool. I got the Dragon Balls. I saved my grandmother. Yeah. Great. Because Pan was dying. She was sick
and
or something.
Gohan was probably already dead.
So he becomes strong. Yeah, which doesn't... Saiyans are also supposed to have a super long lifespan. Yeah. Goku and Vegeta are in their 40s, but they're pretty much in their 20s if you're a Saiyan. You live to be 200.
Maybe he got murdered.
Or he's half human, so he gets to die.
Just with an actual gun. Just somebody shot him.
Yeah. He got so old he couldn't use ki anymore. Goku Jr., the finale of the movie is Goku Jr. is fucking hanging out, is going to fight in the world tournament, and the first person he's fighting in the world tournament is Vegeta Jr.
Mr. Satan the Third.
That would be one of Pan's kids.
Yeah, I know.
Because Pan...
I'm saying it turns out to be his brother that was abandoned. Or cousin.
Mark Satan.
Yeah. He was abandoned in an orphanage, and he wound up growing up to be Mr. Satan the Third. And he's like, I'm gonna take you down, you motherfucker.
I don't know. I would like a story where it's the catalyst started off with Mr. Satan going, hey, by the way, I've been a fraud my whole life. He's 80 or something now. He's I've been a fraud my whole life. I've just been protecting my son-in-law from the fame. I never actually defeated Cell. You can shoot blasts and shit out of your hand. Here's a demonstration. And then he just has Krillin show up and go pew,
see what
pew.
I got from...
Well, because then you can open up the world
what
to
I got from the
more
whole,
of a Dragon Ball perspective.
But what I'm saying is what I got from the whole situation was I don't think Mr. Satan would believe that. I think he still thinks he's the best motherfucker on the planet. I don't think it's a lie. I think it's a delusion.
Mr. Satan is actually fucking powerful. He is a strong
That's
man.
what I mean. So
he just doesn't know how to use ki, so he's weaker than everyone else.
That's what I mean.
But the dude still...
I'm saying I think he's
Mr. Satan does not
delusional.
have delusions. He knows what he's doing.
I think he's somewhat delusional, and he thinks that even compared to all these motherfuckers who can use ki, that he's the biggest hero of all time.
Mr. else. Satan is sitting there watching them fight and go yeah, if I could use this ki shit, I would be wrecking them fools.
Yeah, right? So why even say that anybody could use it or beat him?
I had something about One Piece Stampede that I forgot. Vic Mignogna was a character, played a character that, he was playing a character in the One Piece series. He was playing a character named Sabo. He has been replaced now.
With somebody good?
By Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh, that's my boy.
Johnny Young Bosch just straight up replaced Vic Mignogna.
Good. He's great.
Because Vic Mignogna was Broly, and now Johnny Young Bosch is Broly. Vic Mignogna was Sabo, now Johnny Young Bosch is Sabo. Bosch is I can't wait for the next
one of my fucking faves.
Oh, he's great. He's awesome in the movie. I can't fucking wait till they go to remake Full Metal Alchemist.
And he's both of them?
And He's Edward Elric now.
Well, but isn't he already somebody else or whatever?
No, I don't think Todd Habercourt is.
No, never mind then.
I'll look it up, but I don't think so.
I can't wait until, I don't know, something else where he winds up where it was him and the two of them were both characters, and he has to play them both.
He was in original Full Metal Alchemist. He was a character named Lujan, but that guy doesn't show up
Obviously,
in Brotherhood.
that's exactly
so
what I
not
meant,
real.
and it wasn't me being confused about him being in Brotherhood. It's that I knew more than you, not less.
Sure, but also I didn't watch episode 35 of Full Metal Alchemist because that show's bad.
I haven't seen sorry, no, that's not true. I haven't seen more than 3 full episodes of any Full Metal Alchemist show.
Yeah, that's a good ass show.
Yeah, I should get around to it at some point. Speaking of good ass shows, you heard of the show Devs?
Is that the... One second. Is that the Apple TV
show?
No,
it's FXX, FX on Hulu.
Okay, so it's not Rob McElhenney's show about being game
I think that's called
for the
Mystic
world's most
Quest.
popular MMO.
Devs is a show written and directed by Alex Garland, whose name you might find familiar or might not. Have you heard of a film called Ex Machina? The Robo one?
Yes, I have. Never watched it.
You watched it?
Oh, I said I never watched it.
It's a really good movie. Did you watch Annihilation? I thought that might have been one we dragged you to. Anyway, he also directed that.
No, you guys can't drag me to shit. I'm too powerful.
Did you watch the 2011 Dredd?
No, I watched the original Judge Dredd, the superior film.
No.
At any point, in 2011's Dredd, does someone butcher with their stupid Italian mouth? I am the law.
No, he actually never takes off his helmet.
So he's cool.
Yeah.
He's Doom Guy.
Yeah. 2011 Dredd, by the way, is a fucking fantastic movie, and Alex Garland wrote that. He wrote like 28 Days Later. He wrote Sunshine. He wrote the Book of the Beach. He wrote the video game Enslaved Odyssey of the West, and he was still at Ninja Theory working on that when they started on DMC, and he gave some advice, and they didn't follow it.
Don't they?
So he's in the credits as a story consultant, which is just like the lead guy asked him for some advice, and clearly didn't take it. Yeah. But Alex Garland's a fucking great writer and director. If you haven't seen Ex Machina or Annihilation, I'd highly recommend every single person fucking watch those movies. They're fucking great. Devs, cool. I've seen 2 episodes of. It's about, there's this tech company in San Francisco, and there's this like mystery. There's this girl, her boyfriend joins this secretive program within the company called Devs, where they're doing some weird ass shit, and then the boyfriend shows up dead of an apparent suicide, but it doesn't make any sense. The CEO is played by Nick Offerman in a really transformative role, like you kind of don't see him in it. Why are you making a weird face and body?
I'm not. I'm doing something.
Are you jerking off?
No, my hands are right here.
Alright, buddy.
Oh, I got the fucking Sayonara Wild Hearts vinyl.
Oh, sick!
Yeah, except my record player sucks right now, so I can't really listen to it.
That sucks.
I gotta get better speakers.
But yeah, man, Devs is great. It's I've only seen the first 2 eps. It's an 8-episode show. They're all really long, like the hour-long episodes, but really good. I really want to commend that it's not a movie that just happens to be 8 hours and there's no like good start and stop points of each episode. It's not like that at all, like you'd expect it would be when a director of film comes to TV. It's very much like each...
It's usually what they do.
Right? But this is very much like each episode has like a good start and stop point. Like it tells like... it's got a good arc through the episode, even though it's a mini series, so it's telling one story over 8 episodes. But they're all very well paced together. Great music, obviously really well shot and edited. Just fantastic. Just a great show. In the second episode, Ian, somebody plays Dark Souls.
Ooh, do they die?
And it comes up, you died, and he's like, and then he says out loud to himself alone in his apartment, I died. which is it's funny. It's good. It's a very if you've never seen an Alec Garland movie, they're very much like 70s sci-fi films where they're very slow and like methodically paced, like 2001: A Space Odyssey is like the big one to compare it to. Like it's slow, but it's brilliant. Like it's very it's all a choice. It's not like fuck up.
Okay. They did it on purpose.
Because it's like, you know, and I think that's why nobody watched Annihilation in theaters, because it's a movie that cost a lot of money to make, but is very strange. And the studio didn't market it. And they put it straight to Netflix in Europe, but in North America it went to theaters, and nobody knew it went to theaters. So, like, me and our friends were, like, some of the fucking only people to see it.
I keep seeing, like, these little fucking, like, riblets come up on my wavelength here. I don't know what the fuck they're from.
I see, like, little crackly bits happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes, like, little noises.
Hopefully, if it's something annoying, you can mute it. So you just mute my entire audio for the whole
If the audio is annoying, just mute it.
Fucking
just, like,
annoying.
get rid of all of Ian.
Yeah, I disagree with you on one thing. And you go,
yeah.
Oh, so I finally come around on something.
What?
Fucking the pacing is actually fucking bad. In
I
the
was
remake.
telling you!
Well, because I thought it was... Because did you see that Funhouse video
No,
they
I
put
didn't.
up? Okay, so they did a video where they were doing a speedrun challenge where Adam was playing FF7 Remake and James was playing the original. And James got to, like... They had 3 hours each to play. James got past, like, Reactor 5. He hooked up with Aerith and everything. And Adam met her when she was the flower peddler, fought the huntsman, and that's about as far as he got. So I understand that they stretched out that whole section.
Yep.
But it was fun.
Yep. But then
everything else I've done since then, I'm fucking so bored.
You mean the lead up to the second reactor explosion has 2 full hours of filler?
Yeah, like fucking when you have to go steal the ID from Jesse's mom, and I'm like, great, I get it. You want to expand on Jesse's
like
story
that part.
And stuff.
That part's good.
I thought that was fine. I was just like, I don't care for all the slow walking, and I like the fight on the outside when you're stealing the component.
Yeah. The motorcycle stuff's pretty cool, although you do it in the original game just at the end, like later in the story.
Of
at
the
end of Midgar,
stuff?
you do the motorcycle stuff in the original.
Yeah, so I was fucking bored with that.
Okay.
Now I'm with Aerith. I met her mom, and I picked some flowers, and I audibly was like, are you fucking kidding me with this? I don't care. Let me leave.
That's a little bit closer to the original, honestly. Well, you don't pick the flowers, but you meet the mom, you run around, you do shit.
Yeah, but it's still like the slow walk through the town, everyone talking to her, and I'm like, I don't fucking care. I get it that people like her. You could have got that with the first conversation. I didn't need to have 5 fucking more of people going like, hey, Aerith, please come hang out with me. Shut up. I want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the game. That's not the part that I found the most egregious. Obviously, like, I think chapters 5 and 6 are the most egregious because they feel like
I just don't
nothing.
like it when a game... I just don't like it when a game says, you have to walk slowly and follow this child.
I see, I don't mind that part where I'm walking through the city because it's a pretty city and it's my first time there, so I like getting the tour, right?
It's fine, but I can get the tour myself because I'm an inquisitive human being.
Yeah.
I don't need a child later on to go say, come to our secret hideout. 2 people are missing and there's a man coming around with holes in his robes. And we're like, okay, let's go. And then I was fucking just sitting there. And like, let me leave. Let me leave the town. Let me go back to Tifa.
A lot of that stuff's optional.
I had to go do the stuff where I found the man.
Oh yeah, founding the man. Yeah, but that's fighting.
If there's more in that town, I'm fucking leaving. I don't know. I didn't like that whole area because they slowed me down.
I think there's another 6 side missions in there, in that town.
Maybe I'll do them if I can do them all at once.
Some of them lead to other ones.
I am an expert
you're in
this shit because of Borderlands.
You're in chapter 8, right?
I guess.
So you're meeting Aerith. That's where you are. Like, you're in the town with her.
I went to go drop the flowers off at the kid's place. I think I'm going back to Aerith's place because I'm going to stay the night. That's where I was, as I dropped the flowers off, and I was like, I'm so miserable.
So you're gonna get more side missions to do there, I think. There's gonna be one where it's like, find all the kids with the swords on their back, and there's gonna be another where it's like, go kill things in the area around thing. Mm-hmm. So I thought you would be a little bit further. I thought you'd be at the next section, which is...
Oh, I didn't play until, like, yesterday and today. I didn't play, like, all week.
I was trying to...
I played a lot of Destiny, too. Okay.
I was trying to beat the game by this episode so I could have a final thing about it, and I have not...
Well, you can't till I'm done.
I've not beaten the game yet. I am going to tell you a couple of things that are not spoilers. I swear to God.
All right, cool. I have an argument about spoilers. I get that the game's old. Just let me hit... Imagine, if you will, I wasn't playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I was just playing Final Fantasy VII.
I wouldn't consider anything that's in Midgar a spoiler for Final Fantasy VII.
All right, fine. You got me. But...
Like, straight up, I would tell you, like, oh, Midgar, yeah, so you're going to want to do this, this, and this, and make sure you do get these things before X character dies.
Make sure you invest a lot of points into Aerith.
I read this thing. I would say...
Yeah, well, let me finish my thing, actually. If I was just telling you, I get that the game's old, Sam, I'm fucking 23 years late on playing this game. If I just said I was playing Final Fantasy VII, like, for the first time ever, the old game, it would still kind of be a dick move, you as my friend, to tell me what happens in the game.
No, okay, I get you. You are right. But also, there are certain things in that game that I think aren't spoilers anymore. Like, Aerith dies. That's not a spoiler anymore. It's the most fucking famous thing that happens.
There's another one.
Like, Sephiroth being the final boss. That's not a spoiler.
I think the name I just put in chat, I don't think a lot of people know about that.
Hold on, let me see.
Did you hear the reason why they put Sephiroth in a lot more scenes now?
Apparently, there's stuff at the ending that is a thing. So don't spoil the new shit.
The director straight up said that someone asked, why is Sephiroth much more of a presence in this game
because
than the
everybody already knows he's
straight
the
up
bad
was
guy.
Like, yeah, everyone knows it's Sephiroth. We figured we might as well make it more.
There's apparently more shit at the end of this game that's going to explain the ghosts and the more Sephiroth. And I'm not going to spoil that for people. I am going to say what my theory is, because I have not beaten the game yet. It appears to me that what the ghosts do is make the game more like the original. They want things to happen the way the original did. So if you remember after the boss fight with Reno that you've already done?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did Reno. His boss fight was cool, kind of.
Yes.
Until it was a Virgil fight until he throws out ads. Then I was like,
So you got to nail the parry thing that you can do.
Yeah, no, that's such an easy parry. It's literally switch to, what is it, Oppressor?
You mean the Punisher mode? Yeah, it's
Punisher, because there's Operative and Punisher.
It's if you hold block, when they hit your block, you have press triangle and you get some hits in.
Oh, but when you're in Punisher, all you have to do is just hold block, and you just do an automatic.
Oh, you do it
parry.
automatically in Punisher mode? Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know there was a parry in normal mode.
You hold the block and you press triangle when they hit you. Yeah, and then there's a parry materia.
I'll check that out next time. What, just auto does it?
No, it's just like a new move that you can do. Apparently, I didn't get it yet.
I don't like games to hold my hand at all. Obviously, I'm a true gamer. I love my Bloodborns and my Dark Souls. But there is some materia they give me, and I'm like, what the fuck does this do? What does this mean?
Which one?
What the fuck is Deadly Dodge?
Oh, Deadly Dodge means that when you dodge, you can do a combo.
Yeah, just automatically, and it's like, oh, okay. But it doesn't really tell you. It just says...
You have to read the thing.
You says you slot this materia to use Deadly Dodge.
No.
Deadly Dodge is something that activates when you dodge, and it's like...
There's a second area where it gives further explanation.
Well, I didn't see the button to press to get the further information.
I think the game does need some more explanation, like what moves you can and should do.
Yeah. or don't throw it all at me so fast. Or, like, don't give it to me until maybe it's a move that shows up on a Buster Sword at a certain level.
Oh well, yeah. The ability thing
is,
I think, made pretty clear, where it's like you have to use the ability long enough for your proficiency to go up.
Yeah, I got that immediately. It's like I used the Iron Blade so I could use Triple Slash a bunch, and now I have it on my Buster Sword.
Don't switch back. Just keep upgrading the newer weapons because they can be upgraded further than your original.
They have different things in their slots, though.
Oh, you've put different materia in the slots?
No, like they're power-ups.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you go to upgrade equipment and you select your weapon.
I just have it on auto.
If you select
upgrade.
Oh, I don't. I've been doing it myself. As I normally do. If you go to the Buster Sword, they have like these planets with skills flying around them. Yeah. More planets show up depending on your level, and there's 3 planets per. They just have different skills.
But I'm saying that the planets that you get on the later ones are better planets.
Okay, well, I'll go check them out when I get them. But
I'm saying like
you
want to use your Iron Sword and do all your upgrades because the Iron Sword winds up having more. Like, it starts off with certain stats being lower and certain stats being higher, but by the end, even if you have both fully upgraded, the Iron one will have better stats of everything by the end. Yeah. Because it's just like they go up in goodness overall throughout the game.
Yeah, alright.
But no, what I was...
Well, right now the Buster Sword is doing just cool for me.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is...
Got Tifa's... Tifa has more weapons than I do now.
I have all of Tifa's. I have all of Barrett's, and I think I have all of Aerith's, but I think there's one that I'm missing for Cloud.
Well, for right now, I have... For Tifa, you start with the leather gloves, then I got metal gloves, and then I got sonic gloves from the reactor.
Yeah, and then you can get...
Barrett, I got another fucking arm gun.
Yeah, Barrett, yeah, you get gun, like the regular one, the LMG, then there's the, I think, I forget what it's called. There's a third one, which has one called, there's a really good move on it. It's really cool. I think it's called like Maximum Spray or something like that. It's a great move. And then there's the Iron Claw arm, which makes him do only physical attacks with the claw arm.
Stupid.
And that's cool because it switches the moveset completely. And then there's the Mithril Cannon or whatever it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. In the town you're in, you have to do the Moogle shop, obviously. Check that guy out. He's cool. You know your Moogle medals that you've been collecting throughout the game? There's a shop that only takes Moogle medals, and they have certain items and weapons that are only available in that shop. But then if you're like, I don't have enough Moogle medals, don't worry. You will come back to him later with more.
Okay. Are they just always random finds, or are they always in specific spots?
No, they're in random boxes, but there is a place later where you're gonna. There's a bunch of boxes with 1 million of them in there.
Okay.
But yeah, so I did the wall market. The wall market section is extremely padded out, but it's still okay. Like it's kind of frustrating, but it's still like got a lot more padding of running around the city instead of doing like 2 things. It's like you're doing 10 things. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. It's whatever. I got to the big part, which I would say is the biggest spoiler in Remake that I will not spoil. Bad shit happens. The bad shit happens different. Certain characters have different story moments than in the original. Why I think part of the reason why I think the ghosts are like trying to make things happen the way they originally did. I was saying about the Reno fight, the ghosts push you out of the room. In the original, you don't fight Reno there, or if you do, it's very short, and then you run away through that door instead of being pushed out by the ghosts. The ghosts make you meet Aerith. The ghosts make sure that Jesse can't come on the second bombing run. Right? Like, all the ghost shit is, like, trying to make things more like the original game. And
the ghosts are there to make sure that Destiny plays out the way they want it to.
Exactly. So it's like, it's very interesting. I think that's going to turn out to be something. Maybe in this one, maybe in the next
Yeah.
one. I think that's dope. I'm excited. I like Nomura bullshit, and I'm happy that there are things about this that make it further different from the original.
Yeah.
Chapter 13, right after the horrible thing happens, there is a new dungeon added, which isn't that fun. It's just kind of okay. But chapter 14, which is what I'm on, is really interesting because it's essentially the last open world section. And there is a very big area that you are in. It is made up of areas that you've already been in, but it puts them in, essentially, you realize that they're one long line. So the town that you're in Aerith's Sector 5 slums.
Yes.
So you can tell that connects its one long map all the way to the church, right? Like, that's just one big map.
Yeah.
So that it continues being one big map all the way to Wall Market and the gate to Sector 7. So you get full reign of that map with fast travel in Chapter 14. And you get, like, 9 missions to do. You get the most side missions. You get tons of shit. You unlock the pull-up minigame, which is much more annoying than the squat minigame.
Workout
Yeah, there are two.
games? Oh my
Yep.
god. Did you beat darts?
I did beat darts. I beat it easily. I'm number 1.
I did not.
Well, too late now.
No, I did it. Not easily.
Okay.
I wasn't a big fan of the
Oh
controls.
yeah, the controls
but
of
I
it
did
suck.
Yeah. I got like second place really easily. It's just the rest of this
Yeah.
shit. I was, whatever.
It's less fun than Persona 5 darts, which is less fun than Yakuza darts.
Yeah, Yakuza. Well, depending on the Yakuza.
I would say most of the Yakuza games that have darts have better darts.
Well, I think it's Yakuza 5. Pretty much the Dragon Engine ones are good, but like the previous ones, it's like to play darts, it's just you have the dart in your hand, you vaguely pick where it's going, but your hand is doing like this the whole time, and then when you go to throw it, you just bring it back and it throws.
Yeah.
Where in like the Dragon Engine ones, it's a meter that you match perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Either way, though, I do like FF7 Remake. It has flaws. It is not a perfect game, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's flaws created because of modern video games.
And there is the part of me that wishes that it was just the whole game and there wasn't a lot of this new shit, because I want my old thing that I already like. But I think that's dumb, because I think the old thing, if you get like the Rimako mod, is like a perfectly fine game because it's just an old game, but whatever.
I think what it's going to be... I think what they did is they just separated the game into, like, 3 parts.
Yep.
Because what they probably did was... They probably were, like... Originally, before... I think the Midgar padding came in later. Is that they put the Midgar stuff, and then they started to design, like, the rest of the game. It was like, this is too much. Maybe we should do 2 games. And then they were like, but then we'd have to cut off the game in the middle of the game.
Yep.
And it just didn't work. So it's like, maybe it works better if we cut it into
if it was 2... If it was 2, I think you'd have to end it. Well, actually, the original FF7 is 2 discs. Actually, the original FF7... This isn't a spoiler because it's about something we already said. The original FF7, Disc 1 ends with Aerith dying. Disc 2 begins with you doing snowboarding.
Okay, never mind. They should have done it like that.
Tell me
the climax of FF7 Remake was Aerith dying,
then the first
and then the next one starts and just you doing SSX tricky.
And it's like 2 years later that like you get the second one in your hands 2 years later, and you're like, oh, finally, what happens? And it's like, yeah.
For all these FF7 fans who immediately didn't have it spoiled, that it went to snowboard section. Oh, okay, that's fucking funny. I wish they did that.
Yeah, this one, I think it ends right when you leave Midgar. I bet the second one is going to be bookended with the 2 times that you do Nibelheim.
Better not bookend with Aerith, because that's like...
I think Aerith is going to be partway through that game. I think it's going to start...
Yeah, if Aerith isn't halfway through, we have a problem.
Yeah, or 2/3 of the way through, or whatever. I think Nibble.
I wonder if the second one's going to come out on the PS5.
Yeah,
Is there going to be a way to
It'll be one of the BC
move
games.
forward your save files?
That's what I'm the most worried about. Is like I have all these items and all this materia and these levels and these weapons and these summonings and like I'm gonna 100% this bullshit. Like, what am I gonna get at the start?
Final
of the
Fantasy has their website with game tie-ins because pretty much to buy Shadowkeep, to buy FF14, you buy it through their website and it gives you a code for your individual thing.
Yeah.
Prior to the release on Steam. So they could just put a connection where you connect your PS4, your Sony account to your Final Fantasy like website account, and it registers your data and gives you those items at the start.
The PS5 is going to be backwards compatible, and you'll probably use the same Sony logon on both. So it probably will just carry over. But I'm saying, like, how is it going to be used? Is it going to be that I get to keep everything, all my material, all my levels, all my XP, all right? Or
it should.
Or is it going to be a fresh start and do it like Yakuza style, where you get a special item for having any save data from the last one?
I think it should be all your save data, unless there's like a way you can grind and then break like Cloud. So
you can grind the fuck out of this game.
I'm Cloud Strife, but level 99.
You should be grinding in this game.
I think items come forward if there's a broken level, like if there's a level too high that makes the next game too easy, then balance out levels, but let me keep
this
the
game. You get a trophy for hitting level 50. I haven't yet. I think 50 might be the cap, which would make sense in some way, if that's where it carries over at, then they could do it to level 149 for the third version, right, or whatever.
Or 50, and then leveling up takes longer the higher your level. So you get to level 50 in this game, and then the next game is 51 to 75.
The cutoff is 75, but like it takes more EXP.
Yeah, it would take a lot more XP. The grind would feel the same from getting from level 1 to 50 to 25 to 75.
I wonder how they're going to do the weapons, like the Ruby and the Ultima weapon and things like that, in the next two, because they happen in the overworld. Like, I wonder how they're going to do the overworld, right? Because you wind up going back to places as well. Like I said, like, you go to Nibelheim multiple times. The Gold Saucer you go to multiple times. Costa del Sol, I don't think you go to multiple times, but you kind of have to go there to get between the two sections of the overworld.
Yeah. Well, they would just bring forward the world. If the world's already built, all you have to do is just put it in the next game.
Because what's cool about FF7, like other Final Fantasy games, you've seen a little bit of this in 15, but it's a lot less cool in that game. But, you know, at the start, at FF7, when you leave Midgar, you're just walking around on foot through the open world. And then you get a bike. No, then you get a big car. Like, not a car, it's like a buggy. It's huge, though. It's like a tank almost. And then you're driving around, and you can go over hills and shit that you couldn't go for before. And then you get, like, you can cross in a boat and things like that. And then finally...
As long as they don't do some bullshit in the new version... Because, like, obviously in the old version, you're on that fucking tank, you would probably hit a random encounter, right? So hopefully in the new version, it's not like, you come across enemies, hop out, go fight!
It probably will be, because that's how it works in the original.
No, just let me run them over or leave. Make encounters optional, but, like, you're going to need to do them eventually for grinding. Or put more missions and shit to go out there. Because that's why there's more side missions. Is because they're compensating for the fact that you can't just go grind randomly.
As much,
You can't do random encounters or else it's going to take forever. So you have these little quests that feel like padding and garbage. But that's just your grinding that you would have had to do.
And some of those quests are better than others.
Yeah, and also, you don't have to do every fucking quest in the game. If you don't want to find a bunch of kids with swords on their back, ignore them. If you don't want to find fucking cats, who cares?
I've done all the quests in the game so far.
Yeah, if it's that big of a problem, don't fucking do it. There's other options. Unless you're a completionist, then you're already used to tedium.
But what I was going to say, though, is at the end of FF7, much like every FF game, you get a fucking airship. And now you're going around the entire map. Water, who gives a fuck? You're flying.
Yeah.
Also chocobos, obviously. Like, I love...
Dragon Quest...
Yeah.
Well, the way Dragon Quest 11 does it, where when you're on your feet, it's not random encounters, you choose to fight an enemy or not, or they ambush you.
Yeah, because they appear in the overworld.
But then when you get a vehicle, when you get the ship to travel around the overworld, you can't know anymore, so now they become random.
Oh.
But that game is still turn-based. Where that wouldn't work for FF7, it would just be like all of a sudden your screen goes like boom.
You could do it Yakuza style.
You just spawn outside. Yakuza
where it's
style?
just like pops up and it's
enemies.
like angry man.
Yakuza prior to 5
style, where they're not really in the overworld that much.
And you can run away.
But then like when they see you, it pops up and it like kind of loads you into a battle area.
Yeah. That's what I hated about 3 actually so much. Is that the battles felt like a loading screen every time. It was always like this cutscene, but then 4 it got faster, then 5 it was just like straight up starts.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, in FF as well, in the new one, when you take the fast travel is a chocobo. And so in the loading screen it plays like one of 3 remixes of the chocobo theme. You like the chocobo theme. That bitch gets stuck in your head forever.
Yeah, I remember when I got my chocobo in FF14 and was like, why am I playing this game? I don't... Man, like...
That's the song. It's like...
FF14 sucks. Yeah. I remember it from 15.
It's great. I hate that this game does the 15 thing where after every battle you don't get the theme, but sometimes Barrett will sing it.
Yeah, I like that.
No, I liked it in 15.
I think it's funny.
I liked it in 15. I don't in this. I'm like, just play the fucking song. And then when you win fights in the Coliseum or whatever in the fucking tournaments, then it plays it.
Yeah. So then Barrett knows of it because he's aware of this Coliseum, I guess.
But it's like, come on, just play the fucking song.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. This game like made that song famous. I mean, it was in the other ones, but that version is most like connected to this game.
Is the one you use for memes.
Anyway, whatever. We're going very long on this episode because we had a lot.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Okay. I'm sorry that this episode's very long. Me and Ian don't get to talk as much anymore during the week, so
because we hate each other.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening or watching or whatever. If you want more of us, if this is your first episode, give us a subscribe, follow us on whatever thing you're listening to us on. We are also on YouTube, youtube.com/N8SComedy, where you can also catch videos that are video essays. And we're coming up with a couple other cool series, one of which obviously will have to wait until after quarantine, but one will continue during that we're working on. Also, we're on Spotify and iTunes and all sorts of shit. Leave us a review, leave us a like, leave us whatever. Me and Ian are both on social media. You can find me on Twitter at The Media Hole. You can find me on TikTok at The Media Hole. You can find me on twitch.tv/The Media Hole. And you can find me on Tumblr at whenyourballs.get stuck to your leg.tumblr.com. And you can find Ian everywhere on the internet at StrugglesV, where it's available.
If it's not there, please don't steal it.
Ian has always been very graceful, gracing us with his presence, even though he is a very famous influencer from back on Vine days. He's living in a very much like a $40-50 million home for content creators, but I'm glad he can come out here with the rest of us.
With my blank walls.
Yeah. I'm glad he can come out here with the rest of us every once in a while.
Bless you fucking peasants.
Thanks so much for listening. Love everybody. Stay safe. Stay indoors. Don't Don't get sick. We need you.
Stop fighting the social distancing. Just keep doing it so we can stop doing it sooner.
If you're going to hold a sign that says social distancing equals communism, know what either of those things mean.
Yes.
All right. Love you. See ya. Take care.
Bye.